Morning, everybody. You're all very welcome here to a wet and windy Ballintubber St. Crohn's Club's grounds for today's Keenan's Bar and Restaurant from Termonberry sponsored Ladies Junior A Championship final between Michael Glaveys and St. Barry's. This game today, of course, streamed to you live by the Roscommon Ladies Gaelic Football Association, streamed free to you today. So we welcome you in and we hope you enjoy the fair over the next hour or so. Wet and windy St. Crohn's today. This game between Michael Glaveys and St. Barry's. Both these teams arriving here today on the back of differing semi-finals, should we say. Barry's had a huge win over Porrick Pearson in the semi-final, 3-13 to 6 points. A 15-point win, while Glaveys luckily got over St. Crohn's, the local club here. 1 point win, 3-7 to 4-3. Of course, these two teams met earlier in the round where Glaveys had a really narrow 1 point win, 2-14 to 3-10. So, we'll get to the team news straight away. So, Michael Glaveys line out today in goal, Helena Cummins. Full back line of Roisin Hushy, Maeve Hanley and Shauna Brown. Half back line of Rachel Birmingham, Shauna Fleming and Emer Ford. Strong midfield with County Stair, Joanne Craig and Shannon Hibbett, County Minor Stair. Amy Fleming is at 10, Joanne Daly is at 11 and Katie McKay is at 12, with Sheila Brady at 14 leading the attack, Neve Fleming at 13 and finished off by Neve Coyne at 15. Meanwhile, Barry's line out with Emer Diffley in goal. Edel McMenamin is at 2 with Rachel Frayne at 3 and Holly Rogers at 4. County player Sarah McPhee holds the defence together at number 6, flanked by Erin Hagan at 5 and Emer Callahan at 7. Strong midfield pairing of Aoife McLaughlin and Anya Halpin. Edel Byrne leads the attack at number 11 with Millie Hagan at number 10 and Shannon McGuinness at 12. And full forward is county player Cara Cox, flanked by captain Emer Burke at number 13 and Grania Gaynor at number 15. So a fair sprinkling of strong players on both sides. Of course, Helena Cummins needs no introduction. There's common goalie, as does Joanne Craig at midfield, the number 18 for Michael Glaveys, and she's partnered by County Minor Star Shannon Hibbett. So now, before we start, we have our own Navean. So we're getting ready to roll here in Enfield. Our referee today is Seamus Regan. Seamus, a highly experienced referee at this level, and he's joined on the lines today by Aoife Coyle and Tony Brennan. Tony, of course, who refereed the Junior B final last night, and that Junior B final was played last night in Ballyfourne, in St. Aidan's ground at Ballyfourne, and an emphatic win for Fáileas, winning us, beating Four Roads on a scoreline of 3-14 to 1-4. A very strong performance by St. Fáileas last night. Joan Gagan from St. Fáileas, their centre forward, scored a 1-6, received the player of the match afterwards. And Maeve Banahan, the captain, received the trophy on behalf of St. Fáileas. Meanwhile, here today, our captains today is Katie McKay, the number 12 for Michael Glaveys, and St. Barry's are captained by Emer Burke, playing at number 13. So the scene has set here for what we hope will be an enjoyable game. As I said, these both met earlier on in the championship. Michael Glaveys having a really narrow win on a scoreline of 2-14 to 3-10. So we're expecting a tight, close game. There shouldn't be a whole lot between these teams. And we hope you enjoy our coverage here, brought by our I'd like to welcome and say hello to our cameraman Eugene Pettit. Eugene, who's doing a sterling job on the camera. And we hope all of you that join in that it's an enjoyable experience, and it's great to have you on board. And what other way would you spend a Saturday morning, a blustery Saturday morning, than watching a county final, some good fare in the Roscommon Ladies Gaelic Association's fixture list. So Seamus throws the ball in, and away we go, and straight away St. Barry's are into the attack. Won well there in the middle of the field, and they attack up along on the right hand side. That ball was initially won by Sarah McVeigh, and now played inside. It's broke, but it's picked up here now by Shannon McGuinness. Shannon, who's a county minor player. Shannon goes right across the field and plays that ball right over the fair side to Erin Hagan. Erin, of course, daughter of the manager, John Hagan. John, who's managing this St. Barry's team. Back into the centre to the centre forward, Edel Byrne. Now Edel turns, twists. Feed that ball out here to this side to the full forward, Cara Cox. Cara turns and twists, gets inside Cara with the outside of her right boot. Cara scoops that ball, but Cara scoops it to the left and wide. So, first wide of the game. After 50 seconds of the game, a quick attack by St. Barry's there, moved up through Edel Byrne and got to Cara Cox eventually, and Cara hoops it wide. Right, meanwhile, the kick out comes out from Helena Cummins out to her cornerback, Roisin Hussey. Now, into the centre to her fullback, Maeve Hanley. Maeve goes up along the far side to Katie McKay. Katie, the captain. Katie comes back into the centre to Joanne Daly. Now, Joanne, back out again to the far side, and that ball is played in along, and it's into the full forward, Sheila Brady. Sheila, but she's beaten to that ball well by Rachel Frayne, and the ball is cleared down the far side, and it's won down there by Anya Halpin, but there was a foul, and it's turned over, and it comes back to Joanne Daly. Now, Glaveys attack, their first attack, first foray into St. Barry's territory. The ball is with centre back Shauna Fleming. Shauna now back out to Joanne Daly, and here we go now, and this is Shannon Hibbett. Shannon takes a shot, and Shannon Hibbett opens the scoring. Shannon, of course, an established county minor footballer, county underage star, Shannon. And what Shannon kicks the first point of the game for Glaveys and opens the scoring after 2 minutes. Meanwhile, the kick out comes long down the field, won by Millie Hagan, and she plays that ball inside, and now Barry's are attacking, and this looks dangerous. Barry's looking for their first score of the game. Ball is with the midfielder Anya Halpin. Now gives it to number 12. The number 12 is Shannon McGuinness. Shannon plays it outside, but that ball is well won over there by Shauna Brown. Shauna gives it to her centre back, Shauna Fleming, and away goes Glaveys again, up along the far side with Katie McKay, the captain. Katie picks it up now, looking to see can she get another score. Plays it inside to the corner forward, which is Niamh Coyne. Niamh lets that ball run by her and comes back and picks it up. Gives it to the busy Joanne Daly. Now Joanne into the centre. Ball breaks back to her, and still Joanne Daly, but that ball is well cut out there. And cut out well by Edel McMenamin, and out it comes. Right, now it's Edel Byrne. Edel now, space in the middle of the field. Edel goes by her marker, and now she runs at the Glaveys defence. Edel, this is a good break by Edel. Now she picks the ball up and passes that ball out to the side, and the ball comes to the hands of Cara Cox, but Seamus Regan claims there was a foul and free in. Oh. So it is a free in for St. Barry's, so a chance for St. Barry's to open their account, and the ball is, meanwhile, Seamus Nugent is what do you have on there? Seamus Nugent is standing there, and the ball is with free take. So this is 50 yards out, straight in front of the goal. The breeze that I can see is probably aiding St. Barry's in this first half. There seems to be a strong breeze out there, blowing from left to right as we look ahead. And that ball is kicked in, and it drops short, and it's broken. That free was taken by Grania Gaynor, but well cleared there by Michael Glaveys, and out it comes. So it's played out to this side of the field, but unfortunately runs out over the line on Amy Fleming. She tried her best to get to it. So it's in the hands of Emer Callahan. Now Emer gives it short and takes back. This is Emer Callahan, the wing back. Emer running at the goal. Now turns, twists, gets the ball back out, and this is Edel Byrne, and Edel takes a shot at goal, but that ball runs across the face of the goal and wide. So Edel Byrne, that set up that attack originally with a great break from the middle of the field, was fouled for the free. Eventually the ball ended up back in her hands, but unfortunately Edell's shot goes across the face of the goal and wide. So 2 wides for St. Barry's. And meanwhile, a lightning attack from St. Crohn's, or from Michael Glaveys, has them a point ahead. Now, meanwhile, the ball is kicked out this side, and it's well won there by Roisin Huzzy. Now Roisin to Amy Fleming. Amy now sets up an attack, starts in her own half. This is a good play by Amy. Amy picks up, but that ball is she retains possession. Now feeds that ball back behind her and into the hands. That ball is played up along, and here we go with Katie McKay now. Captain Katie running at the goal. Katie here, tackled by 2 Barry's players, drops the ball, and it's picked up back there by Millie Hagan. Now, ball is turned over. It's with Emer Callaghan, and out comes Barry's. Cleared out long to the far side of the field. Now Barry's attack down the far side, looking to see can they get their first score. They've had 2 wide so far, but that ball is turned over, but it runs into the hands of Edel Byrne. Edel looks to be the danger player at the moment for St. Barry's. Edel Byrne, and now here she goes again through the middle, passes that ball inside to Grania Gaynor. Back to Edel. Edel has a chance here. This is Edel. This is a super run. Edel shoots, and Edel scores. Great point there by Edel Byrne. First score of the game for St. Barry's. After 6 minutes, that was a lightning attack, and from the start, even at this early stage, Edel Byrne looks to be the danger player for St. Barry's. Ball, it seems the Barry's player seems to be looking for her every time the ball comes out, and she's shown that she's not afraid to take on this Glaveys defence. So meanwhile, ball is kicked out and goes over the far side of the field, and it's in the hands of Joanne Craig. Joanne, of course, the county star, playing at midfield. Joanne, but that ball breaks and it's picked up again by Barry's. And Barry's have started this with intent. Now, this is the Barry's wing back. Emer Callaghan gives it inside, and now it's with the full forward, Cara Cox. Cara goes through, and Cara is fouled. So St. Barry's, after a couple of early wides, has got their shooting boots on, and they're looking to see can they go a point ahead, and the ball is with Grania Gaynor. Grania, who had the last shot, but she was a good bit further out. She's on the edge of the D. She's about 26 or 7 yards out to the right. She kicks that ball, but unfortunately that runs away doesn't actually drop short into the hands of Helena Cummins, the safe hands of county goalie Helena Cummins. And Helena, in the great way of players like Rory Beggan, the goalkeeper, and Stephen Cluxton, was coming for the return. But meanwhile, this is Joanne Craig now into the middle. It's with Katie McKay. Katie now dinks that ball forward, runs the whole way across to Joanne Daly. Oh, and a clash there between Joanne Daly and Millie Hagan, it seems. It was accidental. The ball was played inside to Joanne, but it ran away from her, and in the ensuing clash, both players ran into one another, really. Both seem to be, they're both sitting up anyway. So we have a level ball game, 1 point each, after 7 minutes of play, in what we expect shall be a tight, close game. A good crowd into here today, an excellent crowd in here today in Enfield for this game. As you might be able to see from the camera, the stand is full, and they're lined up the whole way up and down here in front of the stand. Also a great crowd last night in Ballyforan for the Junior B final. As I said earlier, emphatically won by St. Folia's. So a bumper weekend again for ladies football in Roscommon, with the Junior A and B finals and the intermediate finals out down for decision, following on the back of last weekend here in St. Crohn's last Saturday, when we had 2 excellent finals. Clonegale beating Shannon Gales in the Junior C final, and Clonegale senior ladies winning the senior final, beating 6 in a row, seeking Kilbride. Meanwhile, back with the game, and Glaveys and Joanne Craig, who's beginning to assert herself on this game now. That's a super run by Joanne Craig, and a super tackle by Millie Hagan, who put her hand in to dispossess. Unfortunately, Seamus Regan deems that there was a foul, so it's a free. So first free of the game for Glaveys, and this is going to be taken by Sheila Brady. Sheila, of course, who won a county championship in Cavan last year with Crosserlock, and Sheila strikes that ball with her right foot high, but it's caught inside by Emer Diffley. And that ball is blocked by Emer Diffley, and it comes into it back out again. Shot, and that ball goes over the bar by Amy Fleming. So after picking up that ball, Emer Diffley, there was great harrying there by the Glaveys attackers. Blocked the ball down. It came back out to Amy Fleming, and Amy cut that ball over the bar. So now 2 points, a point ahead for Glaveys, 2 points to 1. But here comes Barry's now, trying to atone for that. And they attack down the far side of the field. The ball comes to number 5, which is Erin Hagan, Erin's sister of Millie Hagan. Ball is given into the middle to Edel Byrne now, very much the danger lady for Barry's. but Edel over carries that ball, and the ball is cleared quickly to the point scorer, Amy Fleming. Now, Amy tacking up the field. Great covering back by Shannon McGuinness. Shannon catches up with her, but Amy holds possession. Now into the centre to Joanne Daly. Joanne goes long inside to Sheila Brady. Sheila now turns, twists, back inside. There's a great chance here. Sheila Brady with a right foot. Great point by Sheila Brady. Great point by Sheila Brady. So now Glaveys are getting into their stride, and as I said earlier, Sheila Brady at full forward, very experienced player, gets that score. Meanwhile, the ball is kicked out. This game is moving at 100 miles an hour. Picked up there by Shauna Fleming, the centre back. Now into the centre to Katie McKay, the captain. Katie now out to the side to Joanne Daly. And Glaveys now are beginning to put their moves together and move in a more flowing manner up along the field. But that pass goes astray, and it's picked up back there by Edel McMenamin. Now played into the centre into number 10, Millie Hagan, who seems to be playing in a defensive role from her number 10 position. Now they attack again, and they're with Erin Hagan. Now Erin carries the ball, room in front of her up the field. Erin looks to see what's happening, turns back inside. Now she goes long inside, and that ball is coming in on top of Grania Gaynor. Grania gets her hands on it, but what I thought was well defended there by Glaveys, but well snuffed out there by Glaveys, but there was the foul on Grania Gaynor. Grania, the free taker, and she's gone down here. And Seamus calls out the medical help. Meanwhile, first aid, and we're looking at for St. Barry's. As I said earlier on, John Hagan, of course, manager of the St. Barry's team. John, both daughters playing, Erin and Millie. And John is ably assisted in the backroom team with Gillian Wallace and John Compton. Meanwhile, PJ Fleming, the experienced PJ, is manager of the Glaveys team. PJ is backed up by David Birmingham, Lorraine Mulligan, Cathal Daly, and the first aid is Barbara Morris. Meanwhile, Glaveys now bringing the ball up the field, and this is with Shauna Brown. Now Shauna up along to Joanne Craig. Joanne, who is county player, is beginning to show her class out there on the field, but Joanne stepped out over the line, so it's a line ball for St. Barry's. Ball is in the hands of Sarah McVeigh. Now, close game, 3 points to 1. Glaveys have just put a small bit of daylight in the last few minutes. Ball is put inside. Now, comes into the hands. That ball is played long down the field by Millie Hagan, who's got on the ball along. Now, that ball breaks inside, but it's well read back there by Roisin Hussey, who started this game really well. Now, Helena Cummins, the experienced Helena. Helena takes that ball out and gives it to her fullback, Maeve Hanley. And Glaveys build from the back again, up along the far side. Rachel Birmingham. Now Rachel, back to her fullback, Maeve Hanley. But this is great tackling there by Anya Halpin, but she breaks out, and now here they come. Ball into the centre to Rachel Birmingham again. Now to Joanne Daly. Joanne, the fulcrum of the attack at number 11. Joanne now across the field and dinks that ball into the centre to Shannon Hibbett, but unfortunately Shannon mishandled it, but she's fought to get it back, and now there is as we say, a shemazel, but there was a handling on the ground there, and it's turned over by St. Barry's. So Emer Burke, the captain, now feeds it forward and takes that ball back again, and here comes Emer now. Emer up the field, looking to see what she can probe to get an opening. Ball is played into Cara Cox. Cara, the full forward now, turns inside, faced by 4 Glaveys people, but gives it back to Emer, and Emer kicks that ball, and that ball goes over the bar. So an excellent score there by Emer Burke, the captain. Emer started that move back in her own half, carried the ball up, gave it long to Cara Cox. Cara held it, gave it back to Emer, who continued her run, and Emer finished that ball over the bar for a really good point, and now we're back to a 1-point ball game. So now Glaveys again, Roisin Hussey, who's handled a good bit of ball in this first few minutes. Roisin comes up the field, maintains possession, now turns and feeds it outside, and the ball comes into the middle to Shannon Hibbett. Shannon, the county minor star. Now Shannon takes on Aoife McLaughlin, but Aoife McLaughlin is too strong in that situation, but Shannon wins it back. But Aoife ends up with the ball and breaks out. Now sets Barry's on the attack again. Unfortunately puts that ball over the head of her midfield partner Anya Halpin, and it's cleared up back there by Glaveys, and back in the hands of Roisin Hussey. Now Glaveys build up along on the far side again. Ball is played into the centre back Shauna Fleming. Shauna now looks for an opening. She's tackled by Edel Byrne, but Shauna uses her strength and goes by. Now she's got Joanne Daly. Joanne, who started well, and that ball is played out again to this side, and here's Joanne Craig, and Joanne shoots, but unfortunately that ball drifts off to the left and wide for what is Michael Glaveys' first wide of the game. So Joanne Craig looking to come in on the end of that move. Joanne, as I said, who's a well-renowned county star. Meanwhile, that kick-out goes astray into the hands of Katie McKay, who gives it Joanne Daly. Now Joanne Daly running a goal. Joanne with her right foot shoots. Joanne with her right foot scores. So, fourth point of the game for Michael Glaveys. And all coming from different players. Points from Sharon and Hibbett, Amy Fleming, Sheila Brady, and now that one from Joanne Daly. So, 2-point lead for Glaveys. Meanwhile, that ball is out the field to the danger lady, Edel Byrne. She's a lovely player, Edel Byrne. Gives it into the middle, and that ball is given into Erin Hagan. Now, Erin looks up, it goes long down the field towards Cara Cox. That ball bounces, but it breaks, and Cara Cox does it, but well done there by Maeve Hanley. She stuck to her task, got in front, and then won the ball. Now Maeve turns back inside looking for support. That support comes from Rachel Birmingham. Rachel now carrying that ball up through the middle. Looking to see, she goes left, she goes right, and now to the danger lady, Joanne Daly. Both centre forwards here, very influential. Rachel dinks that ball in high, looking for Sheila Brady, but she gave her a lot to do there. But Sheila, the ball was picked up by Emer Callahan, but Sheila got there, but unfortunately Sheila fouled her. So Barry's looking to attack again. This is real end-to-end football. There's going to be nothing between these. This is the second of the Pagans, Millie. Now Millie out this side to Grania Gaynor. But that ball runs over her head and is picked up there by Shauna Brown. Shauna now. Oh, but that's well blocked there, and great tackling by Sharon McGuinness. Back into the middle, and here goes McGuinness again now. Shannon McGuinness, run at goal. Space opening up in front of her. Been followed by Shauna Brown. Shannon kicks, but unfortunately, just as she kicked, the ball just screwed off her foot to the right and wide for St. Barry's third wide of the game. But St. Barry's have shown at this early stage, and we're now 16 minutes into the game, they've shown that if they get the ball in the middle of the field, they look very dangerous and they're prepared to attack from everywhere. Meanwhile, Helena Cummins now goes back out to her tried and trusted cornerback, Roisin Hussey, who has been very solid in the first quarter of this game. She comes into the centre to Shauna Fleming, and they attack up the middle now. Shauna gives it to Joanne Daly, who's worked really hard at centre forward. But Joanne is well tackled there by Captain Emer Burke, and Emer seems to have drifted out the field now. It seems to be playing out around the middle of the field. Captain Emer wearing number 13 on her back. Emer, a point scorer already in this game. We're at 4 points to 2, and we're 17 minutes into this. So a water break should be called soon, even though there's there's water falling because we have rain. So Glaveys attack again now. Ball is in the hands of Shannon Hibbett. Shannon inside. Back again to Shannon Hibbett. Now out to Sheila Brady. Sheila looking to get an opening to swing that right foot. She feeds it back out, and Glaveys are patient. They're looking for the shooter. That ball is played back into the centre. That is Joanne Craig. Joanne back over to Shannon Hibbett. And Shannon Hibbett, County Minor star, kicks her second point of the game. Superb score. And with that, Seamus Nugent calls the first water break. But excellent play by Michael Glaveys. Michael Glaveys were patient to hold possession, to take the ball in. We're patient to hold possession and got it to the excellent Shannon Hibbett, and Shannon got the ball and swung it over the bar. So we're joined here in the commentary position by my colleague Kevin Egan. And Kevin, you've seen the first half, end-to-end stuff. I mentioned earlier on that these teams played earlier in the championship, and Glaveys only won by a point, 2-14 to 3-10. So there'll be nothing between these teams, and it's shown that way already.
So far it looks that way. Now, I mean, you talk about that game, 16 scores to 13. Definitely St. Barry's have obviously decided that they're not set up. I know, look, it's winter football, but they weren't going to set up for that. Emer Burke lined out a corner forward. She's gone back sweeping Sarah McVeigh. They're kind of happy for her to nearly be cancelled out by Joanne Craig. They've paired them off at midfield. What surprised me about St. Barry's is they're dropping an extra player back, but they're still looking for the long ball in, and it means Roisin Hussey is free at the far end, and she's picking up a lot of free ball down there. She's picked up 3 short kickouts as well. So if you like, there's a little bit of a mismatch between what St. Barry's are trying to do on the field and what their tactics say they should be doing, or what their alignment says they should be doing. like they look like they're looking for a kind of a shorter, if you like, a more low-scoring game, work the ball up the field, but we haven't seen it so far, so that's what they'll need to do.
That's what they'll need to do. Excellent analysis, of course, is always there by Kevin Egan, and it'll be interesting to see how this game develops based on how Kevin saw it there. And I have to say, having analysed it with him during the year, he's been fairly on the ball all along. Meanwhile, back with the play, and the ball is now chased by Edel Byrne. Edel has shown to be the danger player. Edel, and she gets that ball in, and now it's into the captain, Emer Burke. Now, Emer playing further up the field, gives it into the centre. A chance here now, it's with the midfielder, Aoife McLaughlin. Aoife, and on her right foot, Aoife shoots. But superbly blocked down there by a mixture of Shannon Hibbett and Roisin Hussey. And Roisin Hussey has started this game really strongly, and Glaveys come out the field. So, ball played long up the field, and it's with Katie McKay. Now, Katie, captain of the team, sets it to Shauna Fleming, and back again now, and this ball is with Amy Fleming. Now, Amy running at goal. Glaveys looking very good. This is going to be a lively match. Glaveys looking to build on that lead inside, and that ball is with Sheila Brady. Sheila, the well-experienced Sheila, holder of a county senior medal from Cavan last year across her lock. Now Sheila back with Glaveys again. Sheila with her right foot shoots, and Sheila Brady scores a superb point after working really hard. Turned round, was forced out onto her wrong side, but with the outside of her right boot, strikes that ball and strikes it over the bar for an excellent point for Michael Davies. Glaveys' 5th point of the match, and now Michael Davies have gone into a 5-2 lead. So now St. Barry's needs to get a score. This is their full back, Rachel Frayne, up the field. Rachel now to midfielder Anya Halpin. Now what can Anya do? Anya carries it, a ball inside for the captain, Emer Burke. Emer in and goal, Emer Burke shoots. Oh, what a save! Superb save there from Helena Cummins, the experienced Helena Cummins, county goalkeeper. Superb save. Emer Burke, the captain, found herself in space right inside, got the pass delivered in over the top by Anya Halpin, put her in clean on goal, and we were sure we were going to see the net bulging for an equalising score really by St. Barry's, but a superb save by Helena Cummins. Yeah. A superb save by Helena Cummins, and sorry I got my numbers wrong there, it's actually 6 points to do, so it wouldn't have equalised it, but it would have brought it back to a point on what looked like a certain goal. But we have to say a superb save by Helena Cummins, that she used all her experience and composure and stood up tall and made a superb save. So 20 minutes into this game, and it's already proven to be a good affair, a close game. This ball has been hit. Oh, that's a good strike off the ground by Shannon McGuinness. But again, it's well held in there. Superb fielding back there by Rachel Frayne, the full back, who started this game really well. And now Glaveys attack again with Joanne Craig, who's becoming more and more influential in this game. She carries that ball really well and gives it into the centre. But the ball is dropped there by Katie McKay and turned over by St. Barry's. And there's no doubt St. Barry's are getting lots of possession in this game. So they just need to turn it into scores, and they also probably have the elements behind them. So here they go again now, and this is with Millie Hagan. Now Millie turning inside. What can she set up? She's running at the goal. Barry's are well prepared to run at this goal. Now inside, a chance again side now. Here's a chance again. Ball is with the wing back. Shot. Goal. Goal scored by Emer Callahan. And that goal, in fairness, has been coming for the last few minutes, because St. Barry's has started running at this defence, and a superb run there through the middle. Ball was fed over the top to Emer Callahan, who had snuck up along on the far side. Emer, the left half back, and Emer got the ball inside, and she didn't waste a chance this time and slid the ball into the corner for a superb goal for St. Barry's. And now we're back to a 1 point ball game, 1-2 to 6 points, 23 minutes into the game. So Glaveys now will try and get something back here. And this ball has been, we're attacking upside with Shauna Brown. Now Shauna goes long into the corner, into the hands of Niamh Coyne. Niamh now, back into the middle. And here, breaking through, and here comes Joanne Craig. Joanne goes into Sheila Brady. Sheila now turns, trying to get onto that right foot, which has proved to be very dangerous, and Sheila is fouled. So a lightning attack there by Glaveys, led by Joanne Craig, and Joanne Craig shows anytime she gets that ball in her hand, she's going to be really dangerous going forward. So, free for Sheila Brady. Sheila scored 2 points already. She's 21 yards out, just to the left of the goal. Really suitable for a right-footed kicker. Sheila shoots, but unfortunately for Sheila, that one screws off her boot and to the right and wide for the second wide of the game for Michael Glaveys. So, no hanging around in this game. Ball is kicked out straight away by Emer Diffley. And the ball is in the middle of the field, but it's picked up there by Katie McKay. Katie is overturned, but she picks it up again, goes back to her centre-back, Shauna Fleming. Shauna now looks up to see what's available. Through to the centre forward, Joanne Daly. Now, Joanne back into the middle to Shauna Fleming. Shauna. But she's well tackled there by Edel Byrne, but unfortunately, Seamus reckons there was a foul. So it's going to be a free to Glaveys, and he's pushing it back. Edel Byrne there fighting really hard to turn that ball over, but in the process fouled. So it's in the hands of Joanne Craig. Joanne dinks that ball forward, but it's turned over there, well won and picked up by Holly Rogers. And Holly Rogers did really well there to initially get her hand on the ball and then turn it over. Now, here goes Barry's again, down to Cara Cox. Cara has a long run, followed out there by Maeve Hanley, but Cara picks it up. Now, tries to turn inside Hanley, gives that ball to Millie Hagan. Millie, who's backing her up, and Millie is fouled. Fouled there by Shauna Fleming. So a free for St. Barry's. And as I said, St. Barry's, Kevin was right. Barry's looking to play the long ball and go at this Glaveys defence. Now it comes inside, and it's with Erin Hagan. Erin Hagan on her right foot. Erin Hagan shoots under pressure, but Erin Hagan puts it to the right and wide for St. Barry's fourth wide of the game. And it's real intense stuff, this, and you've got the danger players in Glaveys who are carrying the ball. Your Shannon Hibbets, Joanne Daly, Joanne Craig are looking to carry the ball. Meanwhile, Barry's are going longer, and neither team here afraid to attack, which is making for a good open game of football. Now, tight, it's close. Ball is won there by Glaveys, by Rachel Birmingham. Rachel now, out the field, dinks it forward to Joanne Daly. Now, Joanne, who's playing really well in this game. So Joanne, bit of space opens up. She carries, she looks out this side of the field, comes out, and it's well won there. And now Niamh Coyne turns back outside again, back out to Joanne. Joanne now, Joanne Daly, that ball is in over the top. Oh, well held there, superb catch by Amy Fleming. Now Amy, a point score. Amy gives it inside, but that ball is well read in there by Millie Hagan. Millie Hagan comes out, and Millie is fouled as she comes out, and these two Hagan girls have shown a huge appetite for work. Erin at 5 and Millie at 10, and they're prepared to work very hard. Of course, daughters of the manager, and they play with the same passion that John Hagan used to play with when he played for Strokestown, as I remember well. So, free, dinked, long, down the field, ball is bouncing, all comes over the top. Now, chance here for Shannon McGuinness. Shannon, followed back into the corner by Shauna Brown. Shannon McGuinness now running at goal. Shannon drops the ball, but turns back out, looking for support. Support is there in the line of Cara Cox. Cara now. Oh, superb dispossession there, but it's picked up again by Shannon McGuinness. And into the centre forward. This is Edel Byrne. Back out the field. That's excellent defence back there by Michael Glaveys. They've swarmed round and didn't allow the shot to come in. Now, meanwhile, it's back out. Millie Hagan. Millie goes into the centre to her sister. Her sister is Erin Hagan. Now, Erin turns back outside again, back to Millie. These Hagan girls are holding on to this themselves and doing well. Across the field. Number 7, this is the goal scorer, Emer Callahan. Emer back out to centre forward. Edel Byrne, but caught there in the safe hands of Helena Cummins, and cleared out, and that ball was cleared to Roisin Hussey, her go-to girl at all times. And Helena Cummins and Roisin Hussey has really shown their experience back there, and their composure, and between the both of them, they're thwarting a lot of the St. Barry's attacks here. Roisin that time might have taken a blow on the ear for her troubles, but I don't think it'll bother her that much. She's just been looked at there now. I see Barbara Morris, her first aid lady, is out to say well done, Roisin. Just take a break there at the moment. But this game it's a contrast of styles, as I said. Michael Glaveys are prepared, but then they're playing against the elements, so they're running with that ball. Strong runners in Joanne Craig and Shannon Hibbett scored 2 points. Joanne Daly working really hard, as is Amy Fleming and Katie McKay, and it's all the time trying to get the final ball into Sheila Brady, the shooter. Meanwhile, Barry's are going long and quick, and it's making for an interesting game. So the two ladies I mentioned here, Helena Cummins to Roisin Hussey. Roisin breaks the tackle as she usually does to Rachel Birmingham now, but Rachel is turned over there. Great tackle by Edel Byrne, and here comes Barry's. Barry's also shown a voracious appetite for work here today. There's nothing easy. There's nothing been given easy out there in any shape or form. So, Millie, back she goes. Erin Hagan turns and gives that back to her sister Millie. These Hagan girls really are looking for each other, but they're doing really well. Now, back again with Erin. Now, Erin runs that goal. What can she do? Still going. Looking for the runner, and the runner is Sarah McVeigh. Sarah breaks the tackle, breaks 2 tackles. Sarah McVeigh going through. This is a great run by Sarah McVeigh, but unfortunately she runs into Roisin Hussey, and Roisin is too long around to let that happen. Roisin turns it over to Helena Cummins, and here comes Glaveys. Now, that was a good attack by Barry's, well defended. Glaveys' defence had been excellent all through. Now it's with Joanne Craig. Joanne, so trying to lift the siege here. Comes out along, and there's a foul there, foul on Joanne. She was passing that ball into Shauna Fleming, but Joanne was fouled. So we're back to the rain and wind again, and it's definitely in the favouring St. Barry's. So Michael Davies will be trying to get anything they can in this first half. Ball is now with Niamh Coyne. Niamh into Joanne Daly. Now what can she do? Joanne gives it into the middle, and here goes the runners, and here goes Amy Fleming. Now Amy, they're prepared, they're patient, they're going to build. Ball is back out with Niamh Coyne. Niamh back into the centre now to Shannon Hibbett. Shannon carrying that ball, looking to see who she'll give it to. Out to the far side, it's with Sheila Brady. Is it? No, it's not, sorry, it's with Katie McKay, the captain. Katie across this side now. Niamh Coyne. Niamh gives the ball inside, and that ball to Amy Fleming, but it's well blocked, but it still has it. Ball comes back out to Katie McKay, the captain, but Katie's shot, unfortunately, she snatched a bit at it under strong pressure from St. Barry's, and Katie puts that ball to the left and wide for Michael Glaveys' third ball. But there's a poor kick out, and now, but wait now. Poor kick out, but meanwhile Seamus Nugent is holding up the play because there's a sub coming on, sub for St. Barry's, and off the field goes Edel McMenamin. Edel has gone off. She was having a torrid time there with Niamh Coyne, who would come more and more into the game. So she's gone off, and we'll tell you in a second who's come on, but Edel McMenamin has gone off. Meanwhile, Barry's attacking down the field now. It's with Edel Byrne. Now she can run, we know she can. Edel takes off, been tackled by Sean Fleming, still going. This is a great run. Edel Byrne still going, Sean. The ball breaks. And he's called a free. He called a free, and the ball had just broke into the hands of Aoife McLaughlin, and Aoife, to me, seemed to have a clear run at goal, but unfortunately Seamus had blown the free as Edel Byrne was fouled. And I think definitely at that situation, this commentator's view on it is that was a perfect example for allowing the advantage rule, because the ball broke, and while Edel Byrne was fouled, the ball broke perfectly into the hands of Aoife McLaughlin running at goal. But anyhow, it's a free. It's Grania Gaynor, and Grania with her right foot from 21 yards out, and Grania taps the ball over the bar for her first point of the game. First score of the game for Grania Gaynor. And Nicole Murphy is the sub. Nicole has come on for Edel McMenamin. Nicole wearing the number 16 jersey. So, meanwhile, we're back. We have a level ball game, 1-3 to 6 points. Helena Cummins kicks that ball out, but unfortunately the wind catches and pulls it out over the line. But looking at this wind and rain here at the moment, St. Barry's probably would need a bit of a cushion of a lead. It's level at the moment, and we're just short of the half-time whistle, so we played 32 minutes of this half. Meanwhile, it's in the hands of Millie Hagan. Now Millie running at the goal. Millie back inside. Can they get a score before half-time? Well intercepted back there by Shauna Brown. Shauna has had a really good first half, but Shauna misdirects her clearance. So now another chance. Barry's really need to try and get something here, to try and get a point or two ahead before the break. So Edel Byrne gives that ball back inside. Ball is played in, and here they are attacking now from the middle of the field. This is Anya Halpin. Anya goes to her centre back, Sarah McVeigh. Now Sarah back inside to the goal scorer, Emer Callahan. Emer running at the goal, comes back outside, and that ball is kicked in by Erin Hagan, but unfortunately for Erin it goes off to the left, and that is the 5th wide of the game for St. Barry's. So St. Barry's have scored a goal and 4 scores, but they've unfortunately kicked 5 wides, and we hope that doesn't come back to haunt them. So Glaveys now have held out, holding on. Will be happy to go in level at half-time, having played against the wind. Helena Cummins now. Helena comes out the field, and she's tackled. She's still going, Helena Cummins, and gives that ball short, and that's dangerous. And with that, Seamus Nugent blows the half-time whistle on what was a hugely entertaining first half, ending all square at 1-3 to 6 points. A good start by Michael Glaveys. They got the first scores of the game. Shannon Hibbett scored 2 points in that first half. Sheila Brady kicked 2 points, and points from Amy Fleming and from Joanne Daly. Meanwhile, St. Barry's, who were breaking on the counter-attack, scored a goal and 3 points. The goal coming from the wing-back Emer Callaghan, and a point apiece by Edel Byrne, the excellent Edel Byrne at centre-forward, Grania Gaynor and captain Emer Burke. So both teams goes in for the half-time break after what we said was a lively and entertaining first half. And here in Enfield, in the Ladies Junior A Championship final, we're breaking at half-time in what is an extremely tight and close game. We look forward to a tight second half, but at half-time, it's 1-3 to 6 points. We're going to take a break for 2 or 3 minutes. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, so you're all very welcome back here to what is now a wetter and windier infield for the second half of this game, and this wind now is very much in favour of Michael Glaveys at the moment, so we'll see how that pans out. Huge thanks to all the committee and workers here in St. Crown's for providing tea and sandwiches for us up here in the commentary box. Well appreciated. We were considering doing a half-time interview, but the sandwiches arrived and the interview went west, so hopefully we'll chat to someone after the match, but we took advantage of the tea and the sandwiches on a day like today. So we're getting ready for a second half. We're tied up here, we're all square, so we're going to see how this goes. The ball is thrown in by Seamus Regan, who I think I may have called Seamus Nugent once or twice in the first half. Sorry, Seamus. Seamus Regan throws it in and straight away. Barry's goes on the attack. Now, Barry's needs to get something early in this game if they can. That ball is moved up along the far side and straight away it's Aoife McLaughlin. Now Aoife gives that ball into the centre, and this is the captain's shot here. Oh, good shot, and Emer Burke, the captain, kicks her second point of the game, and that was a lightning attack by St. Barry's. Right from the start, they attacked up along on the far side, and Aoife McLaughlin, the captain, carried that ball in. It ended up in the hands of the captain, Emer Burke, and Emer Burke tapped the ball over the bar. Now, point up for Barry's. Here we go, Glaveys now. This is with the danger lady. This is Joanne Craig, the county player. Joanne goes long, and that ball runs down into the corner. Followed there by goal scorer Emer Callaghan. Emer now picks the ball up, turns easily outside and clears that ball up along the wing into the hands of Holly Rogers. Now Holly is tackled. Ball goes out over the line. Tackled there by Sheila Brady, and the ball goes out over the line. Line ball for St. Barry's. This is Sarah McVeigh. Sarah goes into the middle to Edel Byrne. Edel with a superb first half. Now they've got to carry it back to Edel Byrne. Now Edel, the pass goes straight, but she picks it up. Well tackled by Glaveys. Out this side to Erin Hagan. Now Erin, they have to be patient now. They have to find their players with the passes. Comes back into the middle, and that is with Millie Hagan. Now Millie going to the middle. This is Millie Hagan. Ball in over the top. Great chance here. Cara Cox shoots. Goal! Goal for St. Barry's. Cara Cox has got Barry's off to a wonderful start in this second half. Superb goal there by St. Barry's, and Millie Hagan at number 10 did Trojan work there, took that ball, carried it up through the middle of the Glaveys defence, gave it inside to Cara Cox, and Cara took her chance. Now it's all Barry's. That ball is won there by Grania Gaynor, given up into the corner, and it's a tackle there by Cara Cox, the goal scorer, but it's won this time by Maeve Hanley. Now Maeve back along, and here comes Glaveys now. They need to try and have a response to those two lightning scores by Barry's. Barry's leading now 2-4 to 6 points. We're only 2 minutes into this second half. Lightning start, as I said, by St. Barry's this second half. The ball is punted into the middle to Joanne Craig. Well taken by Joanne. Now, what can she do from back here? She's got the breeze and the elements behind her, Joanne, but she carries that ball. Now, great speed. Now goes long. Oh, a lovely ball inside to Joanne Daly, but Joanne loses possession, and Barry's pick it up and out the field again with Erin Hagan this time. Now Erin carrying it up the far side, looking for help, but continues to carry it. These two Hagan girls have played really well and are a bit afraid to take this fight to Michael Glaveys. Now Erin to her sister Millie, who set up the last goal. Back into the centre now, and it's with Katie Rogers. Now back out again to Millie Hagan. Now Millie turns inside, ball into the middle. This is with Emer Burke, the captain. Emer shoots. Oh, but that ball is stopped by Helena Cummins. Emer Burke had that shot and it dropped just under the crossbar, and expertly dealt with by Helena Cummins, who's probably shell-shocked after that goal going in by her. Nothing really she could do about it. Now, here comes Glaveys down the far side. Katie McKay, the captain. Katie now to the corner forward, Niamh Fleming. Niamh into the centre to Joanne Daly. Now, what can she do back here? Superb defending by St. Barry's. They're really hemming them into their own half. And Barry's tactic in the second half seems to be push up and stop Glaveys building from the back. Meanwhile, the rain has stopped, and with it, the breeze dies a little bit, but not much. It's still in favour of Michael Glaveys. So Michael Glaveys now are attacking from their own half back line. Joanne Craig looking for the opening. Now goes long, but that's well won there. Well won by Emer Callaghan, who's had an excellent game for St. Barry's. Goal scorer, Emer Callaghan. And once again, Erin Hagan. And Aaron Hagan takes up the field, tackled by Amy Fleming, but keeps going now. Feeds that ball out to the far side and takes it back again. And here they go, and ball over the top to Cara Cox, the goal scorer. Now, this is a great attack, and it comes inside here, and this is with the captain again. This is Emer Burke. Emer back out to Cara Cox, but that time Maeve Hanley read it well, and Maeve turns the ball over. And now, here we come. Maeve Hanley attacking out for Glaveys. This is real end-to-end stuff. This is super football. This is entertaining, and it's tight, close. Ball is in the hands of Niamh Coyne. Niamh out the middle of the field. Niamh is fouled. And I see Katie Rogers, 17, is in on the Barry's team. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't know. I'm not sure who's gone. Meanwhile, attack here, and that ball is fed inside, and now it's inside to Sheila Brady. Sheila back into the centre now to Niamh Coyne. Niamh Coyne back out to Sheila. Sheila gets it on that right foot. Sheila shoots from 30 yards out, and Sheila kicks that ball over the bar. Super point by Sheila Brady. Sheila's third point of the game. And Sheila is definitely the danger one up there. They'll try and get it to her with that right foot. Meanwhile, Barry's attacking now up this side with Shannon McGuinness. A strong run by Shannon McGuinness. And now she gives it into the centre to Sarah McVeigh. And Sarah, who has done this a couple of times. Oh, Sarah's still going through. There's a great chance. Sarah shoots. Oh, and Sarah from 10 yards out was trying to put the ball high into the net and puts the ball to the left and wide. She probably got a nudge just as she was kicking it, legally so, but a superb break there up along the wing between Shannon McGuinness and Sarah McVeigh from centre back, who travelled the whole way up and got in on goal and had a strike for goal, but unfortunately just to the left and wide. Meanwhile, that change on the Barry's team, Katie Rogers has come in at number 17, and it looks like Anya Halpin may have gone off. Anya, the number 9, has gone off. Yeah. So Katie Rogers is in. So after that superb run up the field, it's a kick out to Helena Cummins, and meanwhile Sarah McVeigh makes her way the whole way back to centre half back. Ball is superb kick out by Helena Cummins, and here comes Glaveys now breaking down the far side. This is a superb run here now, and ball is pumped into the middle. A great win there by Shannon Hibbett. Now here we go. Ball is with Ciara. Now Ciara Brady. Or Sheila Brady. Sheila with the right foot inside, ball breaks. Oh, and it just runs the whole way through to the goalkeeper. Sheila Brady was trying to get onto that dangerous right foot, but the ball only comes out to Joanne Daly. Now Joanne back to her centre back, Shauna Fleming. Shauna drops it. The Barry's defence has got back. Ball is put across. And there's well won back there by Sarah McVeigh, who was really just arriving back after her last foray. Cuts that ball out. And it's played to the full-back, and the full-back is Rachel Frayn. And Rachel is fouled. Fouled by Sheila Brady, so free. So now Rachel back to the excellent Sarah McVeigh. Sarah, who's been driving Barry's on since this second half started. Now, here they go again. Ball is with Shannon McGuinness. Shannon, a strong player, but Shannon misdirects that pass, and it's cut out by Shauna Fleming. Shauna gives it into the centre to Katie McKay, but it's turned over there. Oh, superb football there by Edel Byrne, and Edel is dragged down. Edel Byrne cut that ball out and was superb, and then was dragged down. She looked to be starting a run, but Shauna Fleming really said, no, you're not going anywhere, Edel, and took her down. So Shauna's name goes into the book there. Seamus Regan notes down the name. Meanwhile, we have a sub on the Glaveys team now, and coming into the Glaveys team, she's going, and in is number 19 for Glaveys, and number 19 is Natasha Finnegan. Natasha Finnegan has come in. I'm not sure it's gone off yet. We'll check that for you in a minute. But Natasha Finnegan is in. Meanwhile, a dangerous ball through, and it's gone in through. It's with Grania Gaynor. Now Grania back out here to Katie Rogers. Katie now. Ball breaks inside there. That's good defence, and it's one on the ground there. Well won by Maeve Hanley, but that was a dangerous attack. Dangerous attack by Barry's. So Glaveys now coming out the field. That ball is with Maeve Hanley. Maeve deciding to take it out herself, but Maeve is fouled. She's fouled there by Shannon McGuinness. So I said to you, Natasha Finnegan has come into the Glaveys team. We still haven't seen who's gone off. Roisin Hussey, actually. Roisin, who took a bang at the end of the first half and was carrying a bit of an injury. So meanwhile, Glaveys now trying to get back some of these, but that's a super block there by Shannon McGuinness. And here we go, and now here she is. Here's Edel running at goal. Edel, but that ball is turned over there. Well won by the Glaveys defence, and now they move it out again. Edel was probably trying to get through too many there at that stage. But ball is played out, and Barry's are well set up. Well set up in the shape of Millie Hagan. Now Millie goes to the middle. Goal scorer, Emer Callaghan. Emer now attacking up through the centre. Tackled by two Glaveys players, still going. She rolls that ball out, but a little bit careless, but it's eventually won out there. Eventually won by Ciara Gaynor. Sorry, Grania Gaynor, and Grania in the process of picking that ball up just got a little injury there, but so Barry's have their players back, and they're cutting out any through ball. Glaveys seems to be looking for that long ball down to the danger lady, Sheila Brady and Joanne Daly, but Barry's are excellently well set up, and they are cutting out any of them balls there. And I have to say, in this second half, Barry's has come out with intent, and they have been the better team. Now, Erin Hagan, ball is inside to the midfielder, but that ball is dropped. And once again, Maeve Hanley, and Maeve has really come into her own in this second half, cutting out ball after ball. And now it's with Katie McKay, the captain. Katie, the far side, tackled by Erin Hagan. Gets the ball back to, Erin Hagan has worked so hard there. And Erin Hagan deservedly gets her free after taking that ball off two Glaveys players. She has worked so hard, as has both Hagan girls. And Erin has turned that ball over, and now it's a free. Free on the far side for Barry's. She's looking to see what she comes right across this side of the field, and this ball is coming to Aoife McLaughlin. Actually, it came to Shannon McGuinness. Shannon gives the ball into Aoife McLaughlin, but Joanne Craig says thou shalt not pass. 2 against 1. She saw the danger when the ball was put over the top, and so she just maybe tested the jersey of Shannon McGuinness, but of Aoife McLaughlin. So result is a free to St. Barry's in the hands of Shannon McGuinness. She's 45 yards out. She's looking to see what's available. They've been very patient in their build-ups. She dinks that ball into the middle, but no, that ball is well picked up by Shannon Hibbett, and here comes Joanne Craig. Now, long ball down along, coming into the hand. That's well won there. Well won by Amy Fleming. Now, here they come. Amy into the centre to Joanne Daly. Joanne looks inside. That ball is going into the danger lady, Sheila Brady. Sheila now gets the ball back into the centre. What a chance here. Back to Sheila Brady. Sheila turns inside. Sheila with her right foot. Sheila shoots. Sheila puts it over the bar. Sheila's 4th point of the game. And she shows just how dangerous she is in there as a target lady, and her ability to take scores. And Sheila kicks her 4th point of the game. So a score back there for Michael Glaveys. Meanwhile, the ball is kicked out quickly, and it's with Holly Rogers. Now, Holly up along the far side, and this breeze is picking up again, and it really is favouring Glaveys. 2-4 to 8 points. It's a 2-point ball game. So Barry's has to try and maintain this lead. And here we go again, and it's of course with Erin Hagan. Erin Hagan has been superb in this game. Now Erin back to her sister. Her sister is Millie. Millie now comes right out this side of the field to Sarah McVeigh. Sarah has shown she's able to carry, and here she goes. Now Sarah inside to McGuinness. This is Shannon McGuinness, and it shoots, but unfortunately straight into the hands of Helena Cummins, and Helena breaks out. Now Helena dinks it short to Glaveys. It's with Joanne Craig, and they're looking to break again. 2-point ball game, 2-4 to 8. We're 13 minutes into the second half. This is a good game. This is tight. Glaveys are trying to pull back the lead. Barry's are trying to hold the lead. Joanne Daly down that far side. Now Joanne goes long. That's well cut out there. Well cut out by the goal scorer, Emer Callaghan, who's having a great game. Emer gives this ball out to the side, and here we go. Superb clearance there by Rachel Frayne. Rachel showed great determination there, and been tackled by Amy Fleming, been fouled by Amy Fleming, but these Barry's backs are really sticking to their task here. So the ball is in the hands of Sarah McVeigh. Sarah goes back to the ever-willing Millie Hagan, and these Hagan girls have really put up that's super play by Millie Hagan. In, out, weaves, now goes through. Tackled by Joanne Craig, holds possession. Now back to Sarah McVeigh. Sarah back inside to Erin Hagan. These Hagan girls just are available all the time. Now it's with Edel Byrne, centre forward. What can she do from here? Glaveys are staying really tightly there. That's good tackle by Shauna Fleming. Pushing her out the field. Ball is launched in high. Cara Cox. It drops just in front of her. Cara picks up that ball now. Cara plays, ball inside. This is a great chance. Shot. Oh, great save. Ball came back out to Emer Burke, the captain, after Cara Cox stopped it going out over the line. Cara stopped it, fed it back inside. And there was Emer Burke, 1-on-1. And once again, Helena Cummins shows why she's a goalkeeper of county standard with a superb block. Meanwhile, Seamus Regan has gone into his umpire there to see what he was asking some question. But this is great stuff. This is super football. And this is really intense. And in the conditions at this time of the year, these two teams of girls are serving up top-class fare. So we've got a 45. 45 is for St. Barry's. Barry's holding a 2-point lead, 2-4-8 points. We're 15 minutes into this second half. And Shannon McGuinness has this ball placed on the ground. So what's she going to do? She's looking to see who she can find. Up comes Shannon. She's going to go short and she goes out to the side to Sarah McVeigh. I'm not sure was Sarah expecting that, but she gets it. So now Sarah McVeigh probes, looks to get through right over this side to Erin Hagan. Always available is Erin. Erin left, right, now going through. Back to Shannon McGuinness now. Oh, McGuinness shoots. McGuinness take. Oh! And Shannon McGuinness had a snapshot there. And Helena Cummins was only watching it because it was going for the top of the net. But it drifted to the left and wide for St. Barry's 6th wide of the game. But St. Barry's have shown that the wind is no obstacle. Oh, sorry. They're telling me here it's a point. It went over the bar. Sorry about that. That was Shannon McGuinness. It actually crept over the bar. I didn't see the umpire. But Eugene and Kevin, one each side of me here, tells me definitely over the bar. So now, Barry's again. 3-point ball game. And I have to say they've really should have been gritty here in this second half against the elements. They've carried this game to Michael Glaveys. So, foul there. Edel Byrne was in possession, but she fouled the ball. And with that, Seamus Regan calls the water break. And he calls it on 16 minutes and 10 seconds of what has been a highly entertaining second half. And I have to say, in fairness to St. Barry's, playing against the elements coming out in the second half, they have really, really carried that game to them. And that last point, which I did think had flashed wide, was actually given as a point. So, let's have a quick word with our analyst, Kevin Egan. Kevin, this second half hasn't gone as I thought it was going to go. I thought it would be a defensive rearguard action by St. Barry's to hold out Glaveys, but they've actually decided we're taking this game to Glaveys, and they've really done well.
They really have. Like, look, it was a transformation after the first half water break. They started carrying the ball forward. They didn't just kick the long ball for the sake of it. It's been very, very controlled. Some of the running, as you said, the two Hagan sisters, Sarah McVeigh in particular, in the first half, Joanne Craig was attacking and Sarah McVeigh was on the back foot. That has completely reversed around this time. And as well, like Edel Byrne as well, carrying the ball forward very, very effectively. She's coughed up possession a few times, but they're just not giving the ball away. And obviously then, like, they've decided they've abandoned the sweeper. Emer Burke is pushed forward. That's why Roisin Hussey, I'd say, was taken off. Like, the sweeper role suited her, the marking role not so much. So it's Glaveys now who have to turn around and have to, first of all, get on some possession, because they're struggling to do that. And when they get on possession, use it well. I've counted 4 long balls now that have just been kicked away into spare St. Barry's players. Now, when they get the ball into Sheila Brady, she can kick scores. There's no doubt there. But it's got to be controlled. They've got to get it into her. And it's just a case of, look, if it's on and it's 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, by all means kick it in. But if it's not and the sweepers are there, carry it in. They have the wind. That doesn't mean you have to kick long. It just means you can.
And just very quickly, can Glaveys pull it back? Can Barry's hold on?
Look, you'd have to say it the way, if Barry's keep monopolising possession, they are the favourites. Having said that, look, it's a goal in it. That's all that's in it. Glaveys are right there in this. One kick could change.
Once again, thanks a million to Kevin. Meanwhile, attack here now by Barry, or Glaveys. Now, they're going to try and get an early score here. It's with Sheila, or with Sheila, and Sheila shoots and Sheila scores. Sheila Brady, as Kevin says, is definitely the danger lady here. That's her 5th point of the game, and this may be the way for Glaveys to get back into this game. They're finding her with the long ball up. It's getting into her, and she is scoring at will. Meanwhile, poor kick out now. Ball, initiative handed back, and here's a chance now for Glaveys. The ball is with Katie McKay, the captain, Katie now. But she's turned around there. Good tackling by Sam. Excellent tackling there by Holly Rogers. Did really well in a really dangerous position there, and did really well to turn that ball around. So we're back to a 2-point ball game, 5 to 9 points. Now, We're into the last quarter here, so it's really a case of can Barry's hold out for this or can Glaveys turn it round. Meanwhile, the ball is with the excellent Millie Hagan, working really hard. Now, Cara Cox, Cara the danger lady, goal scorer. Now, Cara faced up there by Maeve Hanley. Cara cuts the ball now over the side. Oh, there's a great shot. Goes in, but goes to the right and wide for Shannon McGuinness. Shannon, who got that flash point just before the water break. That time tried to lob a ball over, but unfortunately it drifted to the white on her, and it is the 7th wide for St. Barry's. Now, no hanging around in this, no time to mull too long on shots or scores because the game is up and running again. Long kick out, and it comes out here to Shannon Hibbett. Shannon scored with 2 points inside. That ball goes in, and it's with Sheila. Sheila now picks it up, trying to get on that right foot, which has already scored 5 points. Now Sheila comes over, gives it into the middle to Joanne Daly. Now Joanne back out the fair side. Here's a chance. Joanne Daly back on the ball again. Joanne puts it into the middle to Sheila. Sheila gets there's a superb tackle there by Sarah McVeigh. Sarah, who stuck to her task and turned that ball over. And here comes Barry's. Now Shannon McGuinness. Shannon up along the side here. This is Edel. Now Edel Byrne running. Here she goes. Edel Byrne, superb running. Dinks that ball into the centre. Cara Cox come a long way out, followed by Maeve Handel. Now Cara, can there be pay? Oh, she's gone inside. Now Cara Cox, this could be dangerous. Still Cara Cox, turning, twisting. Cara gets the ball, but unfortunately for Cara, she ran out of room, and the Glaveys defenders got back. And I have to say, both full back lines have been excellent here in crowding around and turning ball over. Meanwhile, we have a sub on the Glaveys team, and number 15, Niamh Coyne, is going off. And Niamh has been replaced by, we'll see in a second, it looks like number 26. It looks like Claire Fleming, 26. So Claire Fleming, we think, but we'll just double check that, 26. So it looks like Claire Fleming on for Niamh Coyne. So here comes Glaveys, 5 to 9 points. 11 points plays 9, 2-point game. We've played 19 minutes. So lots of time, anything could happen in this game. But in fairness to St. Barry's in this second half, they've worked their socks off, and the fitness levels of both these teams is exceptional. Ball goes over the top and well read there by the goal scorer Emer Callaghan, who's had a really good game. Emer now out to Edel. Edel changes tack this time, and instead of running plays that ball out, and it's over the fair side with Grania Gaynor. Now Grania into the centre, Millie Hagan. Millie picks it up, confronted by 2 Glaveys players. Hand is up for a free, but the play on is given this time, and Sarah McVeigh. Sarah now to Erin Hagan. Erin takes up the middle, and this is with the captain, Emer Burke. Now Emer, inside, and this is great football, and now chance here, but that ball is up, and it comes to Emer again. Chance here, this is super play. Cara Cox, and Cara Cox, St. Barry's sliced open Michael Glaveys that time, and between Emer Burke and Cara Cox, they created the chance, and it fell. And once again, Helena Cummins, and if Glaveys goes on to win this, they really have to thank Helena Cummins, who has made 2 or 3 top-class saves. But I have to say, St. Barry's, right from when they won the ball back, sliced open that Glaveys defence and worked their way clean through it to get a clean shot at goal. And really and truly, that's Helena Cummins, by my reckoning. That's her 3rd, if not 4th, superb save. So she's keeping Glaveys in this. Meanwhile, ball is taken quick. This is Aoife McLaughlin. Picks it up and gives the ball back outside. Ciara Gaynor. There's a great score. Great score. Grania Gaynor, Grania gets her 2nd point of the game. Ball was played out, and Grania took that ball and flicked it over the bar. Now, Helena Cummins tries to get things up and going again. We're back to a 3-point game. Here comes Glaveys. We played 21 minutes of this half. 9 minutes left to go plus injury time. Ball is turned over, and here comes Glaveys. Now attacking down that fair side. Ball is given in long. Sheila, but they've gathered round her, and Rachel Frayne does really well there. Rachel wins the ball and comes out and wins her free. Ball is kicked quick, and the play is allowed to go on. And here comes the strong Shannon McGuinness. She's running, faced up by Rachel Birmingham. Stopped by Rachel Birmingham, who did really well, but it's still Shannon McGuinness now. Still going strong. This is a superb run. This will be excellent. Holds possession, gives it into the centre. It's with Sarah McVeigh. Sarah is fouled, free in. Once again, had broken the tackle, and maybe the advantage could have been given, but I'd say Sarah is probably going to be happy with the break. Took the ball in her hand, but Shannon McGuinness has proven a really strong and influential player for St. Barry's in this second half, up along this left-hand side. And when she gets that ball, even though she was tackled by Rachel Birmingham, she has the strength and the power to go by. So now, Grania Gaynor, 2 points already. Oh, Grania goes short to Millie Hagan. Now Millie picks it up. Strong breeze, so maybe that was the wise thing to do. Back to Sarah McVeigh. Now Sarah, centre back, turns aside, now right foot, Sarah McVeigh shoots. Oh, but unfortunately that ball goes to the right and wide. That's the second wide in this half by Sarah McVeigh, and hopefully they won't come back to haunt them, them misses, because they really have been on top in this second half. Meanwhile, they've turned it over again. And who is it? It's Millie Hagan. Of course it's Millie Hagan. Sorry, Erin. Sorry, Millie. It's Erin that time. And she did so well, but she's well tackled back there by Glaveys. Now, Glaveys are trying to settle, trying to get these scores they need. Ball is with Amy Fleming. Amy comes back into the centre. And here they attack. This is with... is given out this side of the field, and here comes the... it's picked up here by Niamh Fleming. Now Niamh back into the centre. And here comes Shannon Hibbett. Shannon, County Minor star, scored at 2 points. Still Shannon Hibbett. This is a super run by Shannon Hibbett. She's still going. Shannon Hibbett into the centre. Ball is with Joanne Daly. Joanne, oh, super tackle there. And who was that tackle by? If I'm not mistaken, Edel Byrne, who travelled the whole way back and turned that over. And that is exemplary by Edel Byrne. And now Rachel Frayne, the strong, powerful Rachel, comes out the field. Oh, this is great football. I have to say, this is very entertaining. And it's with again now, Shannon McGuinness. Shannon running strong at goal. This is a great run by Shannon. Now can she get a finish? Shannon in a goal. Shannon shoots. Oh, and Shannon, after a wonderful, wonderful run, which was initiated by a superb rob by Edel Byrne back in front of her own goal, worked out to Shannon McGuinness, and Shannon must have carried that ball 70 yards. But unfortunately, as has been the case 3 or 4 times in this second half, that ball is shot to the left and wide for, unfortunately, the 9th wide of the game for Barry's. So we played 24 minutes of this game. Is there something in this? Natasha Finnegan. No, Natasha did really well. Now, Natasha Finnegan. She's got Louise Brown. Louise Brown, who's in on this Glaveys team now. Louise gives it into the centre, and that's Joanne. It goes to Shauna Fleming. Now, out this side to Niamh Fleming, and here they go. Shauna again. Oh, this is dangerous. Now, ball inside to Katie McKay. Katie, and it's with Sheila. Sheila turns on her right. Sheila shoots. Oh, and that ball was dropping dangerously. It looked like it was going to drop into the net, but Emer Diffley got a hand to it and just deflected it out. It was one of those balls that Sheila Brady was shooting for a point, and it was dropping, and it looked like it could just drop into the net. But in fairness, Emer Diffley got across and got a hand to it and put it out for a 45. So the ball is in the hand, but there was a free given earlier. It's not a 45, it's actually a free. The hand was up. So this is Sheila. Sheila has kicked 5. She's on the edge of the D, in front of the goal, 30 yards out. Sheila shoots, and Sheila scores. So Sheila Brady's 6th point of the game. Sheila, of course, looking for her 2nd county medal in a row, having won one, as I mentioned earlier, with Crosserlough last year. And she's doing everything in her power to get another medal here today. So 2-6 to 10 points. It's again a 2-point ball game. We played 25 minutes, 5 to go. The Barry's have been really good. Louise Brown gets to that ball, but it goes out over the line. But Barry's has carried this battle to Glaveys against what's a strong breeze in the second half, and we just hope that those wides they kicked won't come back to haunt them. Meanwhile, ball is played inside to Katie Rogers, and Katie was fouled there. So Katie, wearing number 17, is been marked by Louise Brown, number 17. So Katie Rogers, 2 17s marking each other. Meanwhile, here's Edel Byrne. Oh, she turns inside, hand is up, but she keeps going. Edel Byrne. Oh, this is a great run. Now out to Shannon. Shannon this time with her right foot. Shannon shoots. Oh, comes back off the post. Back off the post. Shannon McGuinness is really attacking this goal. Picked up by the captain, and the captain is Emer. Emer back outside. And here's Edel. Edel Byrne shoots, right foot shot, but unfortunately Elena Cummins will hold them all day long. Now out to her county colleague Joanne Craig, but unfortunately that ball runs over the head and wide, over the line. So, Sarah McVeigh, Barry's needs patience now, they need composure, because Glaveys are deadly. If they get that ball, it's heading only one direction, it's heading for Sheila Brady down there. And that ball is given away, Sarah McVeigh. Now, Joanne Craig, she's looking up the field. She goes across the centre, and that ball is got in the middle of the field there by number 12, which is Katie, the captain, Katie McKay. Long ball down, but that ball is won well back there by the sub, Nicole Murphy. And Nicole Murphy did really well there. Claire Fleming was going for that, but she got to it in front of her. Now, Rachel Frayne goes short, but Rachel gives it away, and now here they come, number 18 for Glaveys. This is Joanne Craig. The tackle comes out to the sub. Sub thinks that, that's well done there. And well done by Rachel Frayne. Rachel Frayne stepped in front of it there. Claire Fleming tried to thread that ball through, but Rachel Frayne got to it. Now, one at centre back, Shauna Fleming, and here she goes, long. And it's Sheila. Sheila trying to get on the right foot. Still Sheila. Gives it out this side to Niamh Fleming. Niamh Fleming going through. Niamh Fleming, and Niamh was just about to pull the trigger, and Edel Byrne, who was back there again, and Edel did what she needed to do. Niamh Fleming was looking at glory there, and Edel Byrne just stopped the shot, shall we say. So, anyhow, the ball is with Sheila Brady, has 6 scored already, including a free. Could this be Sheila's 7th point of the game? It's a 2-point ball game, 6 to 10 points. This would leave a point in it. We have 2 minutes plus injury time left to play. So this will bring it back to the minimum. Sheila Brady, it will be her 7th point of the game if she gets it. 21 yards out. I'd be surprised if she doesn't. She taps and it's over the bar. Now, Sheila Brady, 7th point of the game. Michael Glaveys, 11th point of the game. And we have a 1-point ball game, and this is exactly as we thought it was going to be, and this is going to the wire. The previous meeting in the championship this year went to the wire as well, and Glaveys came out by a point. Barry's are determined that's not going to happen. One back there by Erin Hagan, and Erin Hagan has been fouled. So now Barry's will try and play down this clock maybe. 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go to and she goes short to Sarah McVeigh, and Sarah was literally 5 yards away when the ball was played to her. Way too close, and that ball has been turned over, and that's unfortunate mistake there. A rush of blood to the head. Sarah McVeigh called for it, and she was too close. So, Sheila Brady, 7 scored. Chance for a 8th, and more importantly, the equaliser. It's 2-6 to 11. We've played 29 and a half minutes. Sheila shoots with her right foot. Sheila shoots. Sheila Brady. This is a masterclass. Sheila's 8th point of the game. The equalising score. And now it's up for grabs. Barry's have worked so hard, and there's a poor kick out, and it comes out the field, but it's well won there by Emer Callahan. Emer, who was the goal scorer. And now has Barry's got the legs to attack once more to get up the field. I reckon we're gone over the time. We're gone 1 minute over the time. So now it's at the discretion of Seamus Regan. Meanwhile, this is Edel. Is there one score left in either of them? Edel is pulled down. This has been a battle royale. This has been entertaining. On a wet, windy Saturday morning in Enfield, we hope that you that's tuned in is enjoying the fair here, because everybody here is, and it's been an arm wrestle. So, goal scorer Emer Callahan. Is there a score left in somebody? Here we go. Ball is up into the corner, and the referee has blown. There was a foul somewhere. It was Emer Burke, and Emer was fouled. And Natasha Finnegan was sticking really tight to her, but she pulled her jersey, so it's a free. So now, St. Barry's, 35 yards out to the left of the post. The ball is in the hands of Sarah McVeigh. Sarah trying to atone for the mistake earlier on. She's had a fine game as that Sarah McVeigh, a fine player. Now, she goes short this time to the captain. Now, what can Emer do? Emer Burke. Emer is out on a goal. Now, could this be it? Could this be the chance? Into the middle, Shannon. Shannon McGuinness goes through. Shannon shoots. Shannon McGuinness. She's tried and it's gone wide on her on 2 or 3 occasions, but when she got the chance that time, could that be the winner? Here comes Glaveys. We're gone over the time. Ball is in the hands of Niamh Fleming. Niamh is turned over by Holly Rogers, but they still have it now. Ball goes through, it's picked up by Fleming, and here we have it. Sheila has it now. What's happening? Sheila, she's looking for the free. She's got the free. Sheila Brady, she played for it, and well, in fairness, she played for it. So now we really have the position here. We played, yeah, I know that, yeah. We played 32 minutes, and it's a 1-point ball game, and Sheila Brady. So now, if you needed anybody in this position, 30 yards out, straight in front of the goal, to equalise, Sheila Brady shoots, and Sheila Brady puts it over the bar yet again. This lady has ice in her veins. Her 9th point of the game, her 4th free, and with that, Seamus Regan seems to have blown the whistle. I think he's blown the full-time whistle. He has. So, extra time. Yeah, we're looking at extra time. So, what's been a superb game, and Shannon McGuinness scored a superb point, driving into the heart of the Glaveys defence to score a superb point to put Barry's a point ahead. But in fairness, Glaveys kept their composure, worked it back down the field. Sheila Brady won the ball and won the free. The free was given. She was 30 yards out in front of the goal, but Sheila Brady tapped over her 9th point of the game. So, superb fair here, nothing between these teams. So, as you can hear there in the background, it finished St. Barry's 2-7 to Glaveys 13 points. And just for a second before we go to a break, I'll call on Kevin Egan. Kevin, superb stuff.
That was thoroughly enjoyable, I have to say. Now, I've no dog in the hunt here, but that was really engaging stuff, really end to end. The two teams went all out to completely try and win it. It was fearless stuff. There was great nerves at both ends. I mean, you'd have to say Sharon Guinness for the equaliser here first, and then obviously then Sheila Brady to nail that free at the end. Now, look, should it have been a free? That's another matter entirely. You know, let's put it this way. I don't think you get that free ever if it's a level match at that stage. But having said that, I mean, look, you know, there's no question. Glaveys went all out chasing that game. Barry's had a 3-point lead. They didn't get the goal they needed, but they chipped away at it point by point. As we said, like, give Sheila Brady the chances and she'll kick them. She's kicked from some fantastic scores there. So it really is, it's completely balanced. It's
super game in the balance, and as you said there, like, I mean, Barry's in that second half against a strong breeze, going in at half-time level, came back out with the elements against them. They showed guts, determination, and no small amount of skill to keep themselves ahead. And in fairness, the composure of Glaveys, but you would have to say that in fairness, Helena Cummins probably has kept Glaveys in this game.
Oh, no doubt whatsoever. I mean, 3 absolutely fantastic saves in one-on-one situations. Okay, there was a little bit of an angle down there for Cara Cox's chance. You'd back the goalkeeper in that situation. But you look at her first half save when Aoife McLaughlin was going through, absolutely top thrower. There was another one to deny Emer Burke as well. I mean, absolutely outstanding saves. And you certainly couldn't blame her for either of the goals either. She did the right thing. So, I mean, look, she's done everything possible.
She did, and like, I mean, even with those 3 super saves, Barry's have kicked 9 wides. The figure shows that Barry's overall was probably the better team. Glaveys with only 4 wides or 5 wides, I think, the more composed team.
They are. I mean, but look, I mean, that's part of football, is taking your chances. And, like, yes, St. Barry's have created them, and they've created more goal chances, they've created more point scoring chances, but you've got to be able to finish them. And certainly the disappointing thing, a lot of them are really rash kicks. How many times have we seen kind of somebody running through and they blast it wide of the near post? You know, I know Sarah McVeigh is not naturally an attacker. She had a couple. Shannon McGuinness, you know, who, to be fair, who really came into it in the second half. You know, she was a dominant player in the second half. You know.
Yeah, so, but listen, thanks very much for that, Kevin. So we're going to get our breath back here for a couple of minutes, because this has been superb. It's been end-to-end. It's been really entertaining. We hope you're enjoying it at home. We hope you're enjoying the fair that's on here. We're glad glad to have your company. So listen, go and boil that kettle, have a quick cup of tea. We've still got 20 more minutes of this, 10 minutes aside, so we'll see you back here really shortly. So, we're ready to go again. We're all very welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the real quick cup of tea, and here we go again, back to this arm wrestle of a match. And straight away, Glaveys are into it. And straight away, Joanne Craig is into it. And Joanne carries that ball, but it's turned over. Super tackle there by Sarah McVie. Now, ball is out on the far side, and it's with Millie Hagan. Millie down to who else? Her sister Erin. And Erin decides they're going to attack. Now, Barry's has this breeze for the first 10 minutes. So let's see, can they make it work? Here they come. Ball is played in high, but once again, Helena Cummins out in front and takes that ball. So, Glaveys coming, attacking from the very back with Shauna Brown. Shauna. Ball is played out here, and this is with Maeve Hanley. Maeve, who's had a strong game. So, Maeve looking up to see what she can do, but Maeve, unfortunately, hits that ball and it runs out over the line. And we're looking here at the flags, and this breeze hasn't abated any. It's still very strong, so it's with Barry's. Now, St. Barry's, that ball is hitting to Edel, but here she goes. She's a super player, and here's Edel Byrne. Now, Edel Byrne running straight at goal. Can Barry's get the first score? Ball is put into the middle, and it's tipped inside to the captain. The captain is Emer. Emer gives it back outside to Aoife Gaynor, and Aoife shoots, and Aoife puts it over the bar. So Aoife Gaynor, who's come in at number 18, gets the first point of this of the first period of extra time. We'll check in a minute to see who Aoife is in for. Aoife Gaynor, but Aoife kicks that first point. Meanwhile, ball is kicked out the far side of the field, but it's well won out there by Aaron Hagan. Aaron has had a good game. Now, Barry's will try to make the use of this breeze, more so than they did in the first half. It's with Millie. Now, Millie Hagan running straight at goal. Millie goes left, goes right, but she's tackled there by Shannon Hibbett, but she retains possession, turns back outside, now feeds it out to Emer Burke. Emer turns inside, but she's well robbed back there by Rachel Birmingham, but Rachel drops it but gets it again, and here they come with Joanne Craig. Now Joanne comes out the field. This is Joanne Craig carrying that ball as she does, tackled by Sarah McVie, but she gets the pass away, and all of a sudden Katie McKay, the captain, finds space. Joanne Daly. Now Joanne dinks that ball forward into the corner. It's with Sheila has it. Well, she has Sheila has it, and Sheila is fouled. Rachel Frayne will be having nightmares about Sheila Daly tonight, and Rachel actually has had a good game herself, but Sheila Brady with 9 points at this stage, and she really is the focus of this Michael Glaveys attack, and they're looking for her every time they get the ball. They're looking to get it into her, and why not, scoring 9 points. Meanwhile, there's an injury there. So Gaynor replaced Gaynor. Aoife Gaynor at 18 has come in and replaced Grania Gaynor at number 15 for St. Barry's. Grania, of course, had scored 2 points, a free and 1 from play, but she's been replaced by Aoife, and Aoife has scored a point already. So Gaynor replaces Gaynor, and both have scored. Meanwhile, Sheila Brady has the ball in her hand. She's about 24 or 5 yards out against the breeze on her wrong side. But at this stage, who would bet against Sheila Brady kicking any sort of a free in this game? So here comes Sheila, and with her right foot, Sheila hoops that, lobs it in high, and over the bar. This is unbelievable. Sheila Brady has given an absolute masterclass in shooting in this game. She's just kicked her 10th point, her 5th free. Meanwhile, hand is up here. I don't know what Seamus Regan is doing. He's going to the linesman. Is there some consternation about that point? I'm not sure. The umpires seem to think it was over. It was signalled as a point. Seamus is going back in. So the linesman, who obviously had a better view of that from behind Sheila Brady, he's going into the umpires. He's consulting with the umpires. They're saying they thought it was over the bar. Seamus is saying, well, lads, make up your mind. But I think the linesman gave a definitive view from his side of the field. And of course, in a game like this, every point is vital. So it's a point. The hand is up, and he's given the point, as I'm aware. Am I right, Kevin? Yeah, he's given the point. So we're back to a level ball game. Meanwhile, ball is kicked out to Ciara, and here comes Edel Byrne. She has worked so hard in this game, Edel Byrne. Edel goes to the centre to another hard worker, Sarah McVie, and she's a strong, powerful player. Here goes Sarah McVie, and now tackled by Joanne, but gets that ball away. Drops it short, and this is with the sub, and the sub is Katie Rogers. Katie into the centre, and here comes Aoife McLaughlin. Now Aoife running at goal. Can Barry's get something at Aoife McLaughlin? Oh, back inside to the subby. Chance on here. Shot taken. Oh, Katie Rogers. Katie's first point of the game. Katie started that attack, and between herself and Aoife McLaughlin forced the opening, and Katie Rogers, with great aplomb from 21 yards out, pops that ball over the bar. And once again, St. Barry's goes back in the lead, 2-9 to 14 points. We played almost 6 minutes of this first period of extra time. And Helena Cummins, while she has made some superb saves, that's a couple that's gone astray, but we have to remind viewers there's a really strong breeze against her here, and that ball goes over the line. Meanwhile, it's picked up by the point scorer, Katie Rogers. Katie goes short, but that ball is loose. It breaks, and it's picked up by the excellent Shauna Fleming, who's had a strong game. And Shauna was tackled by Edel Byrne, and Edel seems to have hurt herself in the process of trying to stop Shauna Fleming clearing that ball. Edel seems to have injured herself. And St. Barry's could ill afford to do without Edel Byrne, who has worked really hard in this game. Seems to be a bit of cramp there. And it wouldn't surprise me if players started suffering cramp in this game, because the amount of mileage that a lot of these girls have put up has been really, really stupendous, I think is the word. They have ran hard at each other. This has been a real battle from the word go. And both of these teams have not, I repeat, have not taken a backward step in this game. It's been go for it, and that's reflected in the scoreboard. So, Seamus Regan decides to restart this game with a throw-in in the middle of the field. It's gone in between Joanne Craig and Sarah McPhee. These two have never been too far away from each other during the course of this game. Meanwhile, Edel Byrne is up, gingerly walking away. Ball is thrown in. McVeigh gets her hand on it. Down to Emer Burke. Now Emer goes long, looking for Cara Cox. But Maeve Hanley is out in front this time. And Maeve clears the... Well, she turns back and she gives that ball back to the sub. Sub is Natasha Finnegan. Natasha comes into the middle and it's once again back with Maeve Hanley. Now Maeve. But overcarried. She took one step too far and now the ball has been turned over. And it's a free and it's in the hands of Emer Burke. Emer's looking to see who she's going to give it to. So she decides to go back the field, and she gives it back to Sarah McVeigh, but she maintains possession, which is the most important thing now. Sarah faced by Joanne Burke, but she gives it to Millie Hagan. Millie ever available for ball. Now Millie has a run down along the far side. This is a great run by Millie Hagan. She's still going strong. She was well tackled there by Rachel Birmingham, but she's play on. I would have thought she was fouled there by Rachel Birmingham, but Seamus Regan is going down there and he looks like he's going to throw the ball up, I think. Yeah. Millie Hagan was attacking there. She was tackled by Rachel Birmingham. The ball ended up on the ground. So, throw in a tricky position. Shannon McGuinness is under this ball. Shannon jumps. Ball breaks. And it's cleared and it's got by, looks like Natasha Finnegan. Natasha comes out but turns the ball over carries the ball in the tackle. Sarah McVeigh now moves that ball quick and it comes to Shannon and back again to the captain. This is Emer. Emer picks it up. Ball is given right across here to Aoife Gaynor. Aoife shoots, looking for a second point, but unfortunately for Aoife, that ball drifts to the right and wide. And by my reckoning, that's St. Barry's 10th wide of the game. Meanwhile, the ball is cleared, but it falls into the hands of Erin Hagan. Now, Erin back to Edel. Edel showing no signs of her injury earlier on. Edel Byrne carries that ball. 3 Glaveys players around her, and they turn it over. The ball is knocked out for possession, and here they come. Now, Joanne Craig. Joanne Craig coming out the field. Now, gives it to Joanne Daly in space. Now, Joanne Daly, this looks dangerous. Joanne dinks it into the middle. Looking for Sheila. Oh, but that's well won back there. Well won by Nicole Murphy. The sub. Now, ball is with Millie. Millie gives it out, holds possession. And meanwhile, he gets the free. Down along the far side, Emer Callahan, the goal scorer from the original game. Emer now dinks it further in. Now, here they come. Here comes Kilbride attacking with Shannon McGuinness. Shannon, that's a high ball in, but of course expertly taken by Edel Byrne. And Edel goes again. Tightly marked, but she keeps winning possession. Now, one inside there by Cara Cox. Ball inside, here's Edel. Finds her Edel. Chance here, goes around the goal. Kid tries to go around, shoots. Goal! Goal by Emer Burke. Edel Byrne got the ball, moved inside, took on Helena Cummins. Helena turned her out, but now there's a question, was it a square ball? Because Helena Cummins turned Edel Byrne away from the goal. Edel turned and twisted and then fed the ball across the goal to Emer Burke, who continued to run, and Emer slipped the ball into the net. But the question has been asked here, was it a square ball? It looked like it might have been. No, so the argument, he did seem to signal that it wasn't a goal. It's gone up on the scoreboard. Yeah, it's gone up on the scoreboard, and I think the goal is been given. So that is a vital boost for St. Barry's. Just before the half is over, we've gone over the 10 minutes, and it's made it a 4-point ball game. Meanwhile, Maeve Hanley is down. Maeve is injured, but Edel Byrne, and this lady just does not give up. And Edel Byrne carried that ball in. Helena Cummins did, as a good goalkeeper would do, come out, shepherded over to one side. Edel turned, she twisted, she turned back in, and there right in front of the goal was Emer Burke. And Emer, from what we can say is a yard and a half out, Emer pops up to take the pass and put it into the empty goal to score her first goal and 2 points. It's 1-2. Now, we're still not sure. While Maeve Hanley has been treated here, there seems to be some confusion as to whether that goal has been allowed. Now, in this commentator's opinion, Emer probably was in the square. So, we're not sure what's happening here. So it's a kick out, Helena Cummins, and the goal looks standing, and so we're back to a 4-point game. Now, Joanne Craig, can she get Glaveys back into this? Finds Katie McKay, the captain, in space. They need a score. Katie inside, but that ball is well won out in front there. An excellent play there by Emer Callaghan, who has really been superb for St. Barry's today. A scorer of a goal in the original game, out in front there again, and she has snuffed out a lot of the Glaveys attacks during this game. There's been some superb performances on both sides here. Players like Emer Callaghan, players like Edel Byrne, players like Emer Burke, all have been superb, and of course the two Haggans, while Joanne Daly, Joanne Craig, Shauna Fleming, and of course Sheila Brady for Glaveys. Meanwhile, here they go. Here goes Millie. Millie running at the defence as she's done all day. Millie still has the ball. Now, back out the field, and this is with Shannon McGuinness. Shannon comes across the goal, but that ball is well won there, won by Louisa Brown, who has done well since she's come into this Glaveys team. And that ball is dinked out, and with that, Seamus Regan calls the half time of the extra time, and we're at 3-9 to 14 points. So Barry's has forged a 4-point lead, and Kevin Egan, you simply cannot take your eyes off this game.
Even when you're not in play, you can't take the eyes off this game because you're wondering what the referee's doing. No, it's fascinating stuff. And look, this is the first time we've seen a team really take advantage of the wind. They've opened up the play a little bit. Barry's have put width on at that time. We saw a lot more runs from wide positions. That wasn't happening in the game so far. They're the first ones to really use the wind in that way, because what was happening up to this was it was quite narrow. There was a sense that, okay, if the play was coming down the right, well, there was no danger of somebody being able to kick the ball 40 yards to cross the field. So it was getting very, very narrow and very, very tight as a result. But we saw there a good few attacks, particularly Edel Byrne carrying the ball in from this side, and then Millie Hagan carrying it in from the left. They've used the full width of the pitch, and it has opened things up a little bit.
And just on that, obviously a little bit of controversy there. Could have been given as a square ball, maybe, that goal.
Oh, absolutely, could have. Now, somebody came up here and mentioned that a Michael Glaveys defender took a touch on the ball, which would then change it and take it away from square ball. It looked to me, there's no question Emer Burke looked like she was standing in the small square, but that's not to say it would be a square ball if there was a touch from the Glaveys side. I'll be honest, it was tricky to read Seamus Regan's signals there, but the fact there was 20-metre kick out would suggest it's been given.
And it's shown on the scoreboard. What St. Barry's have shown, and again with that goal, they've shown their ability to penetrate this Glaveys defence to actually get shots on goal. They've scored 3, and they possibly could have had another 2 or 3.
Oh, they easily could have had 3. Any keeper other than Helena Cummins, and they probably have 5 or 6 goals on the board today. And even you look at it there when Edel Byrne was carrying that ball in, that would have been a simple finish. Like, Helena Cummins did absolutely everything right. She pushed, she forced her wide, she forced her to come back and turn on herself, and it just was pure bad luck from a Glaveys point of view that a kind of a blind shot on the turn went straight to the corner forward.
So just very briefly before we go back, will Barry's hold on, or can Glaveys claw this back?
Nobody could dream of making a prediction in a game like this. Look, they have the advantage. They have 4 points on the board, and the way they play is not hugely discommoded by playing into the wind. So, look, they're the favourites. That's all you can say.
Okay, well, once again, Kevin, many thanks again for your analysis there on what's been a really superbly entertaining game of football. So You'll excuse me there because I had to try and take a drink to get us ready for what should be an enthralling 10 minutes. So here we go. It's down to this. Can Barry's hold on? Can Glaveys claw it back? It's a 4-point game, 3-9 to 14. And Barry's have the ball from the throw-in. And the excellent Sarah McVeigh has put in a huge push. So Sarah's carrying it over this side. And it's a case of, well, we've got it, come and get it. Millie Hagan, back to Erin Hagan. How many times have I mentioned those two girls today? Now, but this could be a little bit dangerous the way they're playing, but Millie takes it and Millie says, right, here we go, let's have a go at this. So Millie carries it as she's done all day. Carried it 40 or 50 yards. Any sort of a score against the breeze here for Barry's will be huge. Ball comes over this side of the field. And it's put slightly behind Shannon McGuinness, but that doesn't matter. And here comes Edel. Edel now, she's going to have a run. Shauna Fleming, she has tormented Shauna Fleming all day, and Shauna Fleming has had a good game. Now Ciara, the goal scorer, Emer Buck. Oh, Emer Buck will carry through. Emer Buck shoots, and Emer Buck plays a captain's role in kicking that ball over the bar when you needed somebody to penetrate. Who better than your captain? And the captain, Emer Buck, carried that ball through. And wait now. So we have a little bit of controversy here. I don't know what's happening now, but if that score stands and the scoreboard said it does, that was a superb point by Emer Buck. Again, I think there was a problem with the kick out there, to kick the ball too quickly or something, but the score stands, and Emer Buck playing a captain's role there, and once again Edel Byrne, once again Shannon McGuinness, and once again Sarah McVeigh. Meanwhile, well, wait now, hold on, sorry. It's a free here, and the free is by Aoife Gaynor, and Aoife kicks. So obviously there was a free called. So that score by Emer Buck, I assume, wasn't a score. Am I right in saying that? I don't know. Okay, well, we'll try and keep up with it as best we can. So that's two scores, actually two scores. It was, it's right, because the free was given from the kick out, been given from the wrong place. So all of a sudden, St. Barry's have opened a 6-point lead. Now, 6-point lead for St. Barry's. We played 2.5 minutes, 7.5 minutes to go. Can Glaveys turn this round? Not while Erin Hagan is there, and not while Shannon McGuinness is there. Here she comes again. Huge run up the field and into Aoife McLaughlin. And Barry's have been superb in this game all through, but again at the beginning of this second half of injury time, playing against what's a really strong breeze. They've been cool and composed, but determined. And here we go with Katie Rogers now. Katie still has the ball. Katie flicks it into Cara Cox. Cara Cox inside, and here's a chance for Aoife McLaughlin. McLaughlin, goal, goes around, the ball is still there. Goal for St. Barry's. Goal for St. Barry's. Goal for Aoife McLaughlin. Once again, they opened up the Barry's defence. The strong running of Shannon McGuinness once again set up that score. And Aoife McLaughlin found herself inside. Once again, the excellent Helena Cummins makes the first save, but the ball runs loose, and Aoife McLaughlin kept her composure, took the ball round and rolled it into an empty net. So, St. Barry's, to their credit, against the breeze, with the breeze, it doesn't make any difference to these girls. They're taking this game, and they're taking it all the way against Glaveys. Glaveys had fought really valiantly, but Barry's in the long run have probably showed a little bit more composure, a little bit more grit, determination, and maybe intensity. That's not to say that Glaveys haven't put in a superb performance, but at the moment, 4-11 to 14 points. That's a 9-point lead now, and with roughly about 6 minutes left to play, while you can't say definitively that it's a winner lead. It's a big mountain for Glaveys to climb. Meanwhile, there's a slight injury there. That injury is to Shauna Fleming. Shawnee has played really well during this game and tried her heart out, but so Glaveys now have to find a way. Now they've shown already in the original game that they can, but they have a long way to come back. Ball goes long the whole way down, and it's well won there by Joanne Daly. Joanne at centre forward now. They need a goal. They need something. It's Niamh Fleming. Niamh now gives that ball back into the centre, and here we go. Joanne Daly. Joanne, long ball inside, goes over the top. Well, it's won there, but it's picked up again. But Rachel Frayne is fighting like a demon, but it's won back there. And now it's with Sheila. Sheila, what can she do? She's on her wrong foot. Back out to Niamh Fleming. Niamh, back to Sheila. Sheila gives that ball further out again, and here they come attacking. This is Shannon Hibbett. Shannon shoots. But Rachel Frayne. But that ball is kicked. Oh, it's a goal. Or is it? No, it's not. Shot was taken. Joanne Daly was ironically, and I say ironically, in the square. The shot went in. The original shot went in from Isabel Coggins. Isabel took the shot. Ball comes back off the post. Joanne Daly knocked it into the net. But the ball is given, the goal is written out for a square ball, and you can hear from the reaction of the crowd, they're not too happy with that. Meanwhile, Barry's aren't going to worry about that. They attack up along the far side with Millie Hagan, who must have ran kilometres and kilometres in this game, and she's still going. Ball is popped over the top. Now, gets inside, and this ball is with who else but Erin Hagan. Erin up the field, now ball inside, Cara Cox. Cara turns, and with a right foot, Cara Cox, that's a super point. That is a point by Cox, made from the house of Hagan. Erin and Millie carried that ball the length of the field to set up Cara Cox, and Cara kicks it over the bar for her first point of the game to go with the goal she scored. And now a fairly assailable looking lead, 4-12 to 14 points. St. Barry's all of a sudden has moved 10 points clear. Meanwhile, substitution on the Glaveys team, and Shauna Brown has gone off the team. We'll tell you in a second who has come on. Meanwhile, Joanne Craig, what can she do from there? Kicks that ball, but it's blocked down by Shannon McGuinness, who's had a super game. Here's Edel. Edel gives it in, and here's our captain, Emer Burke. Emer running at the goal, faced by 3 or 4 Glaveys players. Cara Cox. Cara now surrounded, gets that ball out, and it's with the substitute, Katie Rogers. Katie back with Cara Cox. Glaveys have everyone back, and they turn that over. And it's with Shannon Hibbett, and Shannon has foul coming out. Shannon is down. Meanwhile, over this side, Edel Byrne is down. We've played 7 minutes and 20 seconds of this second period of extra time. We have 2.5 minutes left to go. It is a 10-point ball game, and really and truly, I think St. Barry's have weathered the storm. It's been a superb game of football, excellent entertainment. We hope that you've all enjoyed it watching today. What better way to spend a Saturday afternoon than to people? It was either this or the Manchester Derby, but this has been a lot more enthralling. So here we go with Sarah McPhee. Now out this side to Edel. Edel carries it back into the middle, and it's with Emer Burke out the side. Cara Cox, right foot. Cara Cox. Superb point. Cara Cox finishing this game really well. That's her second point, a goal and 2 points. And at this stage, St. Barry's are finding holes everywhere. And Glaveys just doesn't have any answer to the strong running of the Hagans or Shannon McGuinness, Sarah McPhee, Edel Byrne. These girls have just carried the battle. Aoife McLaughlin, goal scorer, inside now to Shannon McGuinness, and here she goes again. Shannon, ball inside, and here's Edel. Edel Byrne turns inside. Edel Byrne comes in. Edel Byrne shoots, and she was looking for a goal, but unfortunately it ran across the face of the goal and just outside the right-hand post and wide. But at this stage, it is all St. Barry's, and they've proved at the end that their ability to run and very cohesive attacking through the strong running of the girls. And even now, after all this, they're still going strong. And this is Aoife McLaughlin. Aoife tackled by Shannon Hibbett, who has tried really hard for Glaveys. And Shannon unfortunately fouls her, and Aoife McLaughlin I was going to say kill a bit of time, but no, these Glaveys or these Barry's ladies are just so attack minded. And the ball is right up in the corner with Aoife McLaughlin. Now a soccer player would hold it up there and kill time, but no, not these girls. Sarah McVie says, give it to me. Let's have a go. Back out the field. Millie Hagan. Millie, who's had a superb game along with her sister Erin. Back out the field again to who? To Erin. And the Hagan girls just like keeping this ball. But they've done it really well. Meanwhile, attacking up from the back and back again. Attacking was Holly Rogers. Holly gets involved. The Hagan girls plays it around. And Cara Cox has come out to give a hand. She says, he'd been doing it all day, girls, I'll come out. And now Cara Cox again. And Barry's is playing really good football now. Glaveys are chasing shadows really at this stage. Cara Cox up the far side. Glaveys have given this absolutely everything. But here goes Millie Cox. But the accuracy and the determination and the intensity that St. Barry's has brought to this game will and looks like it's eventually going to carry them over the line. 13 to 14 points, 11-point ball game. We have now played 10 minutes, 24 seconds. So this looks like it's a done deal. And in fairness to St. Barry's, over the course of the 80 minutes, they look like they deserve it. Meanwhile, here she goes again. This is Millie. Millie carries the ball in, but as ever, Rachel Birmingham sticks to the task and turns it over. Rachel, who has really played well all through the game. Joanne Daly, who was unlucky to have that goal chalked off, goes right to Amy Fleming. Now Amy moves it out this side to Shannon Hibbins. Shannon scored at 2 points. Can Glaveys finish with a flourish? Ball goes down and over the top, and now it breaks to the sub. The sub is Isabel Coggins. Isabel, whose shot came back at the crossbar, and the free in is given. So Joanne Craig, can they get something out of this attack? This should be the last attack of the game. Ball comes to the centre. It's with Amy Fleming. Now Amy, back inside the sub. The sub is Claire Fleming. Claire, back to Joanne Craig. Joanne, but she's the wall of St. Barry's. And the ball goes inside. Now chance here, Amy Fleming shoots. And Amy Fleming gets a good goal. Good goal. So Glaveys, to their eternal credit, didn't give up. And they finished this with a good goal by Amy Fleming after some really good work there by Claire Fleming and setting up the chance, and the ball went back inside. So it looks like Holly Rogers suffering a little bit of cramp there, and with that, Seamus Regan blows the full-time whistle on what was an excellent game of football, and the St. Barry's girls celebrate winning the County Junior A Football Championship. The last time that Barry's won the last time Barry's won was back in 2013. Of course, Glaveys last won this in 2016. Éire Óg were the winners last year of the Junior A Championship, but the winners this year, emphatically in the end, after what was a really good game of football on a scoreline of 4 goals and 13 points to 1 goal and 14 points, a superb win by the girls in the green and white from Termon Barry, St. Barry's, and the Glaveys girls. Very disappointed after a huge effort put in, but ultimately St. Barry's the victors. And a quick word here before the presentation, Kevin, Barry's just showed in the end they had more petrol in the tank, I suppose, more composed, stronger runners, and they took their chances.
Well, that was it. I mean, like, you look at it, they scored 2-7 in the 60 minutes of normal time and tacked on 2-6 in the 20 minutes of extra time. Like, they kept going the whole way through. Like, that half-forward line in particular, Edel Byrne and Shannon McGuinness carrying the ball forward. You know, they just kept, and at this stage, Glaveys just didn't have the energy in the tank to keep up with them. Like, at either end, you know, you had Sheila Brady one end and you had Helena Cummins at the other, keeping Michael Glaveys in a game where they were second best from general play, let's put it that way. Okay. You know, so and like that, the extra fitness, the extra energy, just that style of play. And sometimes it doesn't work out that way. The team that plays a running game, you know, by the time the hour is up, there's a tank that's empty.
Barry's showed there at the end, they ran in a couple of goals at the end, and they literally wore Glaveys down with the strong running of players like Shannon McGuinness, Sarah McVeigh, Edel Byrne, and the 2 Hagen girls in particular. They were just relentless. They just never gave up.
No, they didn't stop. They kept going. And the other side of that as well is that, like, when you look at it, you get down to junior club football, whether that's men's or women's, and usually by the time you get to the bench, you're getting fairly thin. Barry's, on the other hand, they brought off Katie Rogers. She kicked a point. Aoife Gaynor kicked a couple of points. You know, like, they got contributions off the bench. Nicole Murphy was excellent actually in the full back line as well. Yeah. You know, like, there was no drop in standard when St. Barry's went to the bench, and, like, you know, that was huge in a game like this, because that means you can keep up the tempo. There was no sense that, okay, there's a weak link here, there's a weak link there. You really couldn't pick one out the whole way up and down the field. They just had capable, solid performers the whole way.
All true, and that's very true. They did have, and as I said, like, to their eternal credit, Glaveys kept in it. But I suppose when you look at the facts and when you look at the figures during the game, like, Barry's ended up scoring 4 goals and 13 points. And in fairness, only for Helena Cummins, it could have been a lot more. So the figures would show to you that Barry's were well on top. The game not so much, but the stats shows that they were creating the chances.
Absolutely. I mean, that's it exactly. Helena Cummins saved definitely 4 more goals, and even you look at Aoife McLaughlin's at the end, there was nothing more she could have done. She made the stop, and just the bounce of the ball didn't go well for her. You know, and you look at all the wides, like, you know, whereas at the other end, I don't think Sheila Brady missed one.
No, she was superb. Sheila Brady ended up this game with 10 points. And, like, I mean, even though your player of the match will probably come from the Barry side, and deservedly so, the two and there's many contenders for it, like the two Hagan girls, especially Millie. Shannon McGuinness was excellent. Emer Burke, the captain, with a goal and 3 points. Sarah McVie, there was some superb Edel Byrne, but in fairness, Sheila Brady with 10 points stood out really.
Oh, absolutely, she stood out. I mean, she couldn't have done any more. And like that, when the ball that went into her was good stuff, it wasn't, as I like to say, hit in with snow on it, you know, from 50 yards away. You know, she was able to get out in front, she was able to hold off the tackler. Okay, obviously, she wanted her right foot, that's fairly straightforward, but once she got on her right foot, she was accurate. She didn't miss anything, she didn't give the ball away. You couldn't ask for any more, but it was just that lack of scoring support around her. And it was strange to say that, because I mean, when Michael Glaveys had the first 4 points on the board, it was 4 different scorers. You know, they looked like they could score from different positions. At that stage, Amy Fleming had scored, Shannon Hibbett had scored, and you were saying to yourself, okay, their score's going to come from different places here, and that completely dried up. I mean, they finished the game with 114. The goal at the very, very end, when the game was done and dusted, you know, they just didn't. They found themselves completely reliant on Brady by the end.
Well, they did, and just looking at the stats here in front of me, I see that Glaveys had 4 scores during the course of the game, where 9 different players scored for St. Barry's. So listen, Kevin, they're coming across here for the presentation. So once again, thanks very much for expert analysis as always. We always look forward to the Offaly view. So listen, what we're going to do here is we're going to take a break for 3 or 4 minutes to get ourselves set up. Meanwhile, the camera will be showing the presentation, so we'll be right back to you. Don't go away. So you're very welcome back. You've been watching the presentation here to the winning St. Barry's team. And chatting at the moment, we've got captain Emer Burke. Emer, who scored a goal and 3 points, put in a huge effort. Earlier on, we saw the Player of the Match award going to the excellent Millie Hagan. Millie, number 10, put in a huge performance. Indeed, there was a lot of the Kilbride players, or the Barry's players, sorry, that could have won that. But Millie was superb. Superb performance as well by Emer Burke, the captain, scoring a goal and 3 points. Cara Cox, the full forward, scored a goal and 2 points. Edel Byrne, huge shift at centre forward, scoring a point. Aoife McLaughlin, great performance in midfield, scoring a goal. Shannon McGuinness, who was excellent all through, scoring 2 great points. And great performance at the back by Emer Callaghan, also a goal scorer. Rachel Frayne, Holly Rogers, Sarah McVie, especially in the second half when she came out to mark Joanne Craig, was superb. Edel McMenamin, Emer Diffley, superb performances. And then, as Kevin Egan alluded to earlier on, great strength coming off the bench. Aoife Gaynor scoring 2 points and Katie Rogers scoring a point. Meanwhile, for Glaveys, in fairness, they never give up. Helena Cummins was superb in goal, making some superb saves. Shauna Fleming and Maeve Hanley put in great performances, as did Rachel Birmingham and Roisin Hussey before she went off injured. Joanne Craig never stopped trying in the middle of the field and showed her quality as a county player. 2 great points from the young county minor Shannon Hibbett. Joanne Daly scoring a point and very unlucky to not get credit with a goal near the end. And huge efforts by Amy Fleming, Katie McKay and Niamh Fleming, who tried really hard. And of course, on another day, scorer of 10 superb points, Sheila Brady would have been a candidate for any Man of the Match awards. So what was an absolutely superb game of football. There was nothing in it. Level at half time in the actual match. Level at full time after a superb equalising free by Sheila Brady. Brought it to extra time. Strong breeze. Barry's had it first in the first half, and we're just going ahead by a point and look to have a precarious lead. But just before half time and extra time, a goal by Emer Burke, the captain, after some superb work by Edel Byrne, superb, and put them 4 points ahead, and really and truly they never looked back. And then they started the second half of extra time in a whirlwind. Cara Cox scoring a goal, and once that went in, the pressure was mounting on Glaveys to try and turn it around, and they weren't able to. And the strong running of the Barry's players and the intensity and the pressure that they put on in the end proved to be the difference. So we're hoping to get some of the winning a contingent of the winning St. Barry's team up here for a chat in a few minutes. Meanwhile, just to update you, as I said, what was a bumper weekend of ladies footballs with 3 more finals on this weekend, coming on the back of 2 finals last weekend. So just an update, last weekend, Clonagale started off winning the Junior C Championship, beating Shannon Gales in the final here. Followed last week by Clonagale doing the double and winning the Senior Championship final, beating the 6 in a row seeking Kilbride in what was an excellent final here last week in a great quality game of football. Then this weekend, 3 more finals started last night with St. Folia's with an emphatic win over Four Roads in the Junior B final. They won that 3-14 to 2-4. Continued on here with the Junior A final, and what we've just seen here, a superb game of football won by St. Barry's over Michael Glaveys, and as we speak, the county intermediate final between Boyle and St. Dominic's. St. Dominic's is going ahead as we speak in Elphin. The throw in there was at half on. So that's the update. That's where we're at. We're going to take a small break for 5 minutes, or for less maybe, while we get our interviewees up. And so go and grab a cup of tea, and we'll talk to you in less even 2 minutes. Talk to you then. So you're all very welcome back to our commentary post here, and we're absolutely delighted to welcome up to our commentary position winning manager John Hagan, winning player of the match Millie, and to Emer Burke, our winning captain. Listen, huge congratulations to everybody on after what was a superb game of football. John, we'll start with you. Real intense football at half time. After playing with the breeze and level, it looked like you could be in bother at half time, but you came out and put in a really fighting performance in the second half. You really got them up for that second half.
We did, yeah. They're a great bunch of girls. Look, they did what we asked them to do. They kept in good, intense football. Michael Glaveys, we knew coming down here today was going to be no pushover. We knew they were going to be there to the bitter end. Probably fitness at the end worked it out for us. But them bunch of girls I have out there, it's not me. It's the last people down in Tarman, down through the years that has that built up. It's very easy to bake a cake when you go in and buy it in the shop.
Yes,
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
It was there for the taking. They're a super bunch of girls. They're friends. They're not just a team. They're a good.
They're friends, and you could see that clearly, and that showed very much came to the fore when the going got tough. And as I said to you, a tough first half, going into that second half against a strong breeze. And we were saying here in commentary it would be a containing game and maybe hit on the counter attack. But when they came out in that second half, those girls, they took that game, and the huge levels of fitness. You must have a lot of work done coming into this.
We train 3 nights every week, and a Sunday as well. We ran the bogs below in Burnhamona to get fit. That's the dedication we had. Our girls went down climbing peat mills and jumping drains to get fit. Anything to get fit, and fitness got us over the line. It paid off.
That's amazing, and that was more than evident today. I'll turn to Emer, captain. Emer, superb game, scorer of a goal and 3 points, if I'm right. Captaining a winning county final team. First of all, how does it feel?
Yeah, it's. I suppose it's a bit surreal. We went in at half time and we knew we were under savage pressure, and it probably we weren't where we wanted to be. We hadn't performed to our standard, or a standard that we had set for ourselves, so we were feeling the pressure, I suppose. So we knew we had it all to do, and then to get it back, then to get the opportunity of extra time, then I sort of felt that, you know, we were lucky, but we were going to take that opportunity with 2 hands, and we were going to give it everything. And I think that's what we did then in extra time.
In extra time, we did. And when that game was in the melting pot, and in the first half of extra time, again with the breeze behind you, we're only carrying by a point. And then just before half time, a goal which was, we would have thought up here in a lot of the crowd, controversial circumstances. Great work by Edel. You had started the move. Edel met Helena Cummins, who had a superb game. Helena turned out, and she turned around and gave it back in. And who was there? Only yourself to put the ball into the goal. That was really the turning point of the game. That was a huge score.
Yeah, I suppose I was just lucky to be running in at the right time and for it to rebound back out to me. But you know, you take these opportunities and they can turn the game. So I'm very glad to be there in the right place at the right time.
And you mentioned a word there, running. And when we talk about running, and we go over here to our player of the match, and Millie Hagan, if anyone put up huge kilometres, and now I know by running in the bog, yourself and your counterpart, Aaron, who was at the back, and at times here the commentators thought, well, these girls are just going to keep the ball themselves all day, they're going to give it to nobody else. But at times, Millie, when you were under awful pressure and when ball needed to be taken against the breeze, you carried that ball. Would that have been your game plan coming in? Was it a case of, well, get it to Millie, get it to Aaron, and we'll carry it up the field?
Yeah, it was. Like, I was nervous coming in, and after the first 15, it just kind of clicked, and everyone just started going on, and then just an enjoyable match. Glaveys was tough, obviously. We knew that from the start, but we came through in the end.
You came through at the end, showing great composure, and some superb performances by both yourselves, by by Shannon McGuinness, who ran really strongly, and by Sarah McVie in the back, Aoife McLaughlin. You had superb performances all round. And just looking at the scores and looking at the stats, and we spoke about this earlier on, while scoring 4 goals and 13 points, you also had 8 or 9 wides, and in fairness, Helena Cummins made 2 or 3 great chances. John, as she is, statistically you were well on top. Different out on the field, but statistically you were creating the chances, you were making the chances.
Michael Glaveys' goalkeeper is just superb. You've got to give it to her. She's something else. That's why she's county goalkeeper, and you've got to give her. She's unreal. And her kick-outs, everything. But we We were fitter.
You were
Fitness
fitter.
won it. And
Fitness won it in the end.
Fitness won
It was a superb performance. So, where to for this now? You move up into intermediate next year. You're a young team. You would hope that you'll launch an attack and you'll go forward from here.
Well, and we hope to win Connacht now.
You hope to win Connacht. Well, of course, going forward from Connacht, absolute confidence, and it's easy to see with the way you played out there that huge confidence. Emer, there'll be big celebrations tonight for you.
Yes, there will for sure.
And you as captain are supposed to keep an eye on all the young ones.
Yes, and I will lead by example.
Okay, we'll hold you to that.
Sarcasm.
Touch of sarcasm is right.
Say one more thing.
Of course, John, yeah.
To everybody in Tarman Barry. Hart Construction, he's engineering, he's sponsoring us. Cox is the Drummond looking after us. Claire Hoare for getting pitches. Johnny Cox, everybody in Tarman. You ask them for something, you've got it. These girls, it's whatever we want, we get our hands on. It doesn't care what it is. If it's money, footballs, anything the girls want, physio, anything, we get it.
And of course, to win any championship, that sort of backup is really important.
It's very important that the girls get the same addition as the men get, and in our club, there's no difference. We get it.
You get it. And just finally, bragging rights in the Hagan household goes to Millie at the moment. Aaron probably have something to say about that.
Yes, you would.
So you'll be presented this trophy to her all year, saying you have to try and get that back. But superbly well done. That'll be interesting. So listen to me. On behalf of myself and Eugene up here, huge congratulations on what was a superb win and a superb game of football to Emer, to Millie and to John. Thanks very much for taking the time, for coming up to us. Enjoy your celebrations and the very best luck going forward in Connacht, and maybe we'll see you again later on.
Thanks very
John,
much.
thanks. John, Millie and Emer, thanks for joining us. Thanks very much. Congratulations, well done. Thank you. So, there you have it. We'll just take a time out. Eugene says we'll wrap it up, so we'll. So what has been a really entertaining day, we'd like to thank you for joining us. We'd like to thank you for coming on board, for streaming, and for watching what was a really entertaining game of football. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Many thanks to the ladies board for having us down here. We hope you're enjoying the service. And it says, coming off the back of a good final last night, a superb final today, and two great finals this last weekend. It's been a bumper couple of weeks for ladies GAA football. Myself and Eugene here on camera were more than delighted to be able to bring it to you. So once again, thanks to the St. Crohn's Club for hosting us here today, and for St. Aidan's last night for the excellent facilities. We've had a couple of good games, but here today in the Ladies Junior A Championship final, in what was a superb game of football that went to extra time, after a heroic performance by St. Glaveys, the vanquished, the victors here today, and Junior A champions for 2021, St. Barry's. We offer them our huge congratulations and look forward to seeing them later in the championship. So, as I said, from myself and Eugene, once again, we hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We've enjoyed bringing it to you. Until we meet you again, hopefully later on this year, but the next time that there's a game to be streamed, we'll be there, we'll bring it to you. But for now, thanks for your company. We enjoyed having it, and until we see you again, from me, commentator Emmet Turney, bye for now.